What's up, Ish?
I don't want no sauce.
What's up, bro? We just starting.
I don't want. I just want to get my sound right.
Not only are we just starting, but you're in the presence of 41-year-old Joe. So the yelling, the interrupting that I used to do.
That was the past.
The heathenness.
So
are you saying you're not yelling no more?
No.
For how long?
I don't know.
You're not interrupting no more.
I don't want to be a yeller no more. Yeah, I'm not doing those things.
Okay.
You got to mature. You got to find the areas that you need to improve in and improve in them. So
Self-reflection?
If you have anything, yeah. So if you have anything you want to get out at the start, Ish, I don't even know if I should still call you that at 41. Like, we on names now. Like, we men.
So what's your name, Joseph?
That's my name.
Gotcha.
Right?
No more mouse.
No.
Gotcha.
Just asking.
Now, enough with this pre-pod banner. I was coming here to hit the round of applause because Ice got more ice in his chain. I didn't think it was possible.
Nigga have the chain on.
No.
What does he got?
And that's my beef with you. Like,
what, did Sweetie beat him to the icy branding?
Gucci did, actually. Named his son Ice.
True. You ain't got no Happy Meal, though, bro.
Yeah, nah.
Yo,
He got
why-
big shirts and everything.
why you
man.
take your icy chain off before you pod? Oh, you don't want to.
Fam,
Come
what
on,
are you
yo.
doing?
I'm here to 41-year-old Joe tells
What
the
are
truth.
y'all doing, bro?
I tell the truth at 41.
I ain't
Me
saying
too.
nothing.
You're not 41.
I tell the truth, though. I tell the truth at 31.
29.
You guys look great. Both of you.
Thank you.
sir.
Likewise.
Thanks.
Yo, he on this
Yo,
shit,
this
bro.
guy. I already see the nonsense.
Yeah, I know
coming.
what it is.
It's brewing.
I already know.
Nothing is brewing. Nothing is brewing. All right, where's my phone? We got to start. We got to start somewhere, right? Let's see here. And Rev Ron, let's go.
Look at your neighbor and say, God came to seek and to save those which were lost. And I began to explain to him, out of love, I began to say, if I came into church preaching 3 years and I was naked, a lot of people would say they ain't coming because I'm crazy. But
Joe Budden.
what would happen is they would have missed the whole ministry of Isaiah because he preached 3 years butt naked. If I was in here with the G-string eating roaches and eating honey, they'd be like, I ain't going in there, something wrong with him. But then they would have missed the word from a John the Baptist. Y'all ain't talking to me in here. If you would have heard that maybe that preacher was involved in a rape case, you didn't want to go with him, then you would have missed the ministry of a Joseph. For what they meant for evil, God has turned around for good. If you would have heard that the preacher was a murderer, you're not going to the church, then you wouldn't have received what Moses had to say. If you'd have heard that me and Sister Krista right here had an affair and I killed her husband, and everybody in the church know that we getting jiggy, and then I stand up and say, the Lord say, and you don't want to hear me, then you're going to miss the whole ministry of a King David. Y'all ain't talking to me in here. That's why you got to overlook the man sometimes and hear the word of God. Y'all ain't talking to me here. If you heard that I was homosexual and you didn't understand why I was preaching this gospel, you might as well throw this King James Bible away, because in 1611 a homosexual is the one that broke this down for the living people. Y'all ain't talking to me in here. You might as well turn Donnie McClurkin off. We fall down and we get up. He wrote his best music when he was living in sin. Kirk Franklin going to pornos. God knows what he's doing in there. Getting his jiggy on, looking at the freak park, putting powers with the women, and he up there talking about whoop, 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 and you bounce into it. Y'all ain't talking to me in here. Don't celebrate Martin Luther King Day because Martin Luther King got close to women that wasn't his wife. You got to look beyond yourself and begin to understand that God is using people that don't come up to your standards.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right. All right, glad to see things are. Glad to see crowd participation still at an all-time high.
It should change.
I see how the baby got in trouble. Man, it is rough trying to get the crowd to join in on some things.
Yo, you ever thought about doing that? doing a little guest DJ set somewhere? I think you'd be ill.
You might not be that bad.
I don't know how to DJ.
I mean, you kind of do though.
You kind of do.
What you mean you don't know how to do DJ?
You icing.
I know how to select,
That's DJing.
Today, that's DJing.
and that's the problem. Yeah, you're
Now
right.
you might not know how to get all your blend
unfortunately,
on.
you're
Bro.
right.
You ain't got to scratch and all that. You got your beat, your BPM matching. You kind of got it.
I know how to do that.
You could read the room and play the records that you think.
That's
they wanna
ultimately what you have to do is read the room and play the records.
hear. Yeah.
But
All the
this is-
technical shit don't really matter as much if you nice
That's
it
true.
picking
picking
records.
the right shit.
But the shit that I complain about with the DJs is what I would do if I was a DJ. Like if I was up there and I had to look at the crowd and gauge how they was feeling, and I saw the baddie out there.
But
If I spotted the baddies here and I control the music and I get free drinks, oh fuck this club. Hey, what'd you say you were here? What's that you said? I'm playing her shit all night.
Nah, yeah. But then she come up there and you just.
Oh, then she come up there. Now she bumping the table. I don't care. The record jumping.
But nah, if you did a set though, like people that know your bag would come out
you're
for
a
that
mu-
set.
you're a music
like
dude.
it's a little different. They're not coming to you to hear the shit they hear on the radio because that ain't what you play.
Right.
That's why I think it would be ill
fam.
if you did that shit, yo.
What year was that? Maybe like 2012, 13, 11.
Then what happened?
Dog, Q-Tip used to have this hole in the wall on fire.
Oh,
What was the name of that shit?
Damn.
Something house?
Yeah, fuck.
You remember?
Oh, I
you could
remember
wear
that shit
anything
used
you
to be
wanted in
Oh
there.
man,
That shit
Niggas
used
used
to
to be in there
jumping.
with basketball shorts on, another nigga in there with a prom gown.
Yeah,
That shit used to be lit.
That shit used to be on fire. Nigga.
Yeah.
I remember.
Fuck.
I've been out all week
Forgot.
though.
I forgot. Yeah,
I just said that to say though, I could see you
Q-Tip used to
doing
have
like a little because you
Now
you
that
get
y'all,
that.
and now that y'all say that, the other night I even ran into DJ on DJ hate.
That's huge. That's
Yeah, but it shouldn't be where. I know it happens often, but it shouldn't be where the party goer can tell. Like Sunday, one person was DJing, and it was cool. But then somebody else started DJing. Remember that shit I said about people don't dig into the other bags? Mm-hmm. And they digged into every bag that the first DJ skipped on the drill set. It was Tevin, Jade, every dancing. He was boogieing in there. Joy, I ain't heard nobody in a while. And I could see other party goers looking up like, hey, what's up? You could tell a change in the energy and the pace. And the girls are friendlier now and the drinks are flowing more. They offering to buy you a drink. It's like,
They
whoa.
partying now.
The
They
music,
partying.
we in a trance.
Yeah. Especially in certain age demos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy had each demo in here rocking so we could all party together.
That's a real DJ.
But I guess the other DJ was still there.
he wasn't feeling it.
He didn't leave.
He came back.
He saw that.
He didn't come back.
Listen, well, I don't know. We was all having too good of a time, but then we stopped having the same time.
It went back to a different
So I
time.
looked up, and it was another. It wasn't a dude again. And then he went back to. He tried to get into some other bag. He was trying,
But you tell that ain't his cut.
and you could tell now that
ain't what he do.
you seen that, you felt that.
you tried to copy
and
that.
that's no,
That's
and
not
that's
you.
no disrespect to him because I'm coming back there Sunday.
Damn, where you was at?
I'm going back. I'm not gonna tell it here, but I tell you, you're not allowed out on the weekends. Come on, stop. Don't talk to me. You my weekday friend. When last time I seen you on like a weekend?
No, you twice a week. That's it.
Hot week. Me and Ice was.
We hang out.
Yo, welcome to episode 2
Oh,
of
yeah.
the Ice-ish Parks podcast featuring Joe Budden. We are here. It is lit. Shout out to our first and last time listeners. Shout out to a bunch of you phony motherfuckers that left and came back for the Drake review
saw
like I
that.
knew y'all would. I told you. I told you, motherfuckers.
Somebody popped up, was like, yo, this is my first time listening since the breakup. I was like, yo, don't come now.
But that's the part I don't
But
like.
I was joking.
But wait. Y'all don't have to. I see y'all doing this. Let me talk to them a little bit. Y'all don't have to preface it. I don't care.
Welcome.
Yeah. They don't have to say,
That's what I told you,
Yo,
too.
ain't
I was
heard
like,
you
yo,
in a
welcome.
while. Yo, I left after such and such. I know it was a lot, but we're here now. If you're listening, you're listening. If you're not,
Yeah.
you're not. It's fine. Welcome. Who else am I shouting out? This episode is brought to you by us.
I was getting ready to say, wait, we got sponsors
No,
now?
it's us.
Oh.
It's us. Well, we do. Must be Scotch and
all
soda.
right, all right.
Scotch and soda. Don't it taste great together?
Great combo.
Oh my, you ever had it? Whoa. Don't you love it? You don't even drink.
I've never seen Ice drink a Scotch.
Or soda.
Or a soda, yeah. A cola, maybe.
Yo. Oh, man.
How you feeling today, Joe?
Oh, better than ever. Better than ever. So no ad?
Nah, no ads, man. No ads.
Oh, man.
All right, cool. All
That
right,
was a good one.
cool. So we didn't see you this weekend.
Nope.
Ice and I stepped out.
I ain't seen Ice this weekend either. I seen Joe this weekend.
Yo, I've been outside.
He was outside a little
Yo,
bit.
I've
Well, hot
really
nigga
been.
here was out.
I partied with Parks,
Yeah.
Ice,
Imani.
Yeah, he was there.
oh Amani.
Yeah.
This nigga wouldn't sit down.
I've been out a little bit.
It was a good
Damn,
time.
man, I'm realizing how much I've been out. Like, I
Holiday
feel like
weekend,
more
though.
people should have asked me for my phone number.
Yeah, I was about to say, you bagged something?
No. See, what's up, man?
I was
Just
asking.
like that.
You really?
Would I bag something?
You really don't.
Would
want
I?
something. We got a bone or two. We might need some boxing
I made a mistake.
gloves.
Oh, we should talk about that. No, come on. I made a mistake. My bad.
No, you
my
didn't.
bad. That's my bad.
Nah, it's
my
cool.
bad. That's my bad.
A mistake.
That's my bad.
Fuck is this nigga talking about?
I'm sorry. If you want to stuff me, I understand. I get it. Because that was fucked up.
What you did, man?
I promoted our pod. I thought I was promoting our pod.
It's all right. It's all right, fam. We good.
Oh,
we
see?
good.
See, and that's why. Yo,
That's why what?
That's why it's my guy right here.
Now I'm your guy.
That's why it's my guy.
served
'Cause
you
he,
up.
he ain't even snuffed me. He just took care of it. Just take care of it. Get your lady, you know what I mean?
guy's
Talk to your lady. I mean, I'm sorry. I did it wrong. But he
that's
straightened
what
it
you
out. He straightened it out.
Scott right here. Yo, moving along. Yo, Scotch
All right,
and soda.
move right.
we're
No,
not-
we're not on Scotch and soda.
we
We're
off of
moving
that.
on.
Yeah.
I was just
How was everyone's weekend?
I had a good time.
I'm joking for an hour and then we just gonna cry. So let's just laugh.
get all the jokes and
let's
stuff
just
out.
laugh. What else is funny?
this guy's nuts.
No, come on. Because me and Ice, listen, Ice and I went out Saturday. We just going, it ain't much to talk about. I don't have nothing written down, but I kind of like when the pod goes like that now. So I'm just freestyling.
Where'd y'all go? Strippy?
Yeah.
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 That's where I saw Joe on Friday to the listeners.
Yo,
Yeah, Strippy.
oh my God.
Yeah, we
Wow.
had a good time.
Yo, I've been out. But listen, I've been out making observations.
He was just people watching. That's it.
Yo, that's the best.
And because it's Labor Day weekend, and I always forget this, but because it's Labor Day weekend, it's Labor Day weekend shifts, strippers,
Roster.
bartenders,
Right.
crowd, patrons. Shout out to Patreon. Yeah. So Friday, we was there Friday, right?
Yeah.
Our favorites weren't necessarily.
Nah,
present.
they weren't. They weren't.
They weren't there. They were booked and busy. They weren't there. And that's fine. So that just gave me time to look around at things. And maybe it's a Patreon thing, but I want to talk about.
Yeah. Let's save it for Patreon.
Oh, all right, so we shouldn't start with that. What do you want to start with? Has anyone changed their mind on the Drake album?
Absolutely.
Are we in the aftermath time?
I lived with it. I played it. I had a couple people over Saturday. Cookout vibes. Some girls there.
Okay.
It didn't work. We sat there and argued about the album, and there was never any dancing happening.
See, so that works though. It started conversation.
It started a conversation. Yeah, you're right. It worked on that level.
Still ain't it.
Nah, it's not.
But, and I knew this was going to happen. That Way Too Sexy record,
It's working.
it's going to fucking work.
Yeah.
No,
And
it's
I
working.
knew it. Yeah, no, it is
It's
working.
already
It's
working.
It's working, and it's working.
But it worked before Drake was born. It always worked.
Yeah,
It never.
but I mean-
yo, they laughed at Right Said Fred.
No, I
loved
get
that
that.
song back then.
But I'm talking about with these three artists this time, like it's cheesy. It was just like, this ain't gonna do it. I hated the song. And I knew, let me hear it out enough times. Let me hear it outside.
And they knew that
And they
if
knew
they
that.
make the funny video like they always make, and the girls run it up on Instagram.
It's
and that's what's
marketing
happening.
genius.
Yeah, that. And it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
But, yeah, a lot of women hit me, too. Like, yo, didn't love it.
No, it's not.
Just thought it was cool.
It's regular.
cool.
Like,
It's not bad.
this is what I think happened. I think all of the hoopla between the Drake and Kanye shit pushed us to think he was going to just release this Thriller.
You know what I'll say about both these albums? J. Cole is the man.
Again,
We gotta start putting a little more respect on J. Cole. man.
absolutely.
Well, yeah. But how'd you get there? Just because he's amazing.
He came out.
He came out first.
There was no question.
He came out first.
No question.
He came out on fire.
Dope or not?
Yeah.
There was not ever a doubt in anyone's mind. And I still play it.
And he came out first.
And he came out first.
I didn't wait for nobody. I don't need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't care about
need
your
to
project.
let me. Oh, I know you might be dropping here. Let me. Nope. Fuck all y'all. I'm here and I'm out.
That's it.
Like, I think that we thought, based on, again, all the Kanye, Drake hoopla, he was going to just release the Michael Jackson Thriller shit. And he didn't. He just released a regular Drake album.
Which is not a bad thing, by the way.
And I know. This is just literally a regular Drake album. It has no...
I do think it's interesting, and I want to walk back my take about, we talked about him releasing another album in 2025 or something crazy. I think we're going to get another Drake album very soon.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to hear people, saying that half
rumblings.
this album was leaks. Different people are saying,
Yeah.
I heard this
This
record
does
in
not-
such and such crib
Yeah.
3 years ago.
And that's not how he moves.
Correct.
In the past. I'm only comparing him to himself. We've gotten Drake records that leaked and he went and retooled everything. Like, oh, I got that
It
cool.
sounds
Hold
like
Right.
old work.
This does not sound
It sounds like old work. It really does
passion.
sound
like
like
I
old work.
put my all into
Yeah.
This is my baby. This don't sound like that.
It sounds like
agree.
old work.
This
And
sound
I wouldn't
like,
be
all
mad
right,
at him
cool.
for that because it's still, the world still ain't right. He still can't do what he wants to do. He can't go do the stadium tour, really, like how he wants to do with the flying Lamborghinis and all that shit.
I think there was a little bit more pressure behind him putting the album out. He had to put something out.
Yeah.
It's the same way that Scary Hours 2
possible.
dropped when it dropped.
Yeah.
He has deals in place with people that's revolving around music. Revolving around music. And it's like, yo, fam, I get it, but business ain't stopping. You need to give us something.
And he's
That's
like,
the
all
same
right,
way
hold
Scary
these.
Hours came out. Okay, cool. Let me give you this. I could do it with my radio show. Because they announced the radio show, then there was no show.
Right.
So we got to give you something. I think this is the same thing with this album. All right,
agree.
cool. You know what?
makes sense.
Here's an album. It was halfway done. This leaked or whatever you want to call it. I could throw some more records on there, put this out. Here we go.
We've
This
been
is
seeing
not
Drake
his baby.
and his team in the studio way
Right.
too much for the past 2 years for this to be 6 or 7 songs that have been out in some form or fashion in the last 2 or 3 years.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
That's weird to me.
That's
So that's why I think we might get another Drake album next year. Sometime.
Even the sound, yo. Just the sound was just old work.
Damn, that
It
You
sound
Only
like
Live
old
Twice, the Rawson, you can hear that is an old record. Like, I could just hear it. And it just does not sound like what Drake does when he puts an album out. This sound like when I throw the little project of throwaways and Lucy's out.
Right.
The mixtape or the playlist or whatever you want to. This sounds like that.
But
This
we'll have
does
a couple
not
hits on
sound
there,
like-
so
yeah, I'm gonna give
it
you
all
something
makes
on there.
sense. Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying this is trash or anything like that. This is just like that's why I gave it a 6. It's right there. It's nothing groundbreaking about this. It doesn't sound like they put they all into it and was just
Yeah.
all right, here. Let me give y'all this to shut you up. This is a
crazy-
pacifier album.
The other crazy shit is Drake dropped the best song of the past 2 years this weekend.
Yeah,
and
he
it
did.
wasn't on his album.
Yeah, he did. It wasn't even his song.
Let's not speed to that.
I know.
Relax.
I know.
Okay.
Relax. Let's
bad.
get to this.
How do you feel about it after living it for a couple days?
I'm with y'all.
Yeah.
I'm with y'all. This is cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's regular, right? It's a C.
But
His
Y'all
record is
right.
still better than a lot of people.
y'all are right. I think a lot of this is old.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is old. And if I subscribe to that, I do believe that he's probably coming next summer.
Yeah. He's just
And if I
waiting.
subscribe to that, and then I look at the album cover,
Yeah.
and then I read the credits, and then I listen again. Because see, when you listen again and again and again, because I like to unpack this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Champagne Poetry, the intro was fire to me, but it was old fire.
That felt like one of the newer ones to me personally, but
Not me. Not me at all. Even if it was, it didn't.
it didn't feel like what he would normally do on an intro.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like current headspace what Drake would do on intro.
This sounds like it would be track 14 normally.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to set the stage of my new album after going through all the shit. We've been off for 2 years. Look,
even the beat flips wasn't the same.
roll your windows down.
They wasn't the same.
Right.
The beat flips wasn't the same. Poppy's Home. I skip it because I'm not singing Poppy's Home with you. But cool, that sounds kind of like it could fall in that boat too. See, and this is where you start jazzing things up. Girls Want Girls was a phone call for him. In the Bible, it was a phone call for him. And Love All is probably an old record and a phone call.
Well, we know Love All is an old record. We know that
because we heard it.
We've had that.
It was on the oldie. Fair Trade was a phone call. And Travis, were you trying to get him back for Sicko Mode? Because you tried it.
Yeah.
Hey, on the second and third listen, I was in the shower like, hey, wait, hold up. Hey, that ain't just Travis. He's trying to do it. Hey, Travis got the call and was like, oh, yeah, it's on now.
I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah. And Drake just let you win. And that said to me, okay. Way Too Sexy, more phone calls, and the single. We need
this
the
sounds
single.
like one that they tried.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
we need the single.
Yeah.
We need the single.
They tried.
And then I'm looking at that, even Drake dropping an album without a single. In hindsight, all of this is...
I was surprised that none of them records from the various EPs and singles that leaked were on here. That tells me something. I don't know what it tells me, but it tells me something. Because usually they would...
Usually he'll take the biggest one and throw it on there.
Yeah, exactly. Bump the number.
Like, there was
Hotline
no...
Bling was, you know what I'm saying? Those records were out way before
I
that.
expected Tootsie Slide or Laugh Now, Cry Later.
Something.
When I saw him list the features, I said, please don't let the Dirk record be Laugh Now, Cry Later. And another thing I noticed about Dirk was we said it on Laugh Now, Cry Later because it sounded like he just got... As soon as he was getting in the verse, he just stopped. He let it go. And we made the joke that Drake saw him getting ready to go and was like, no, let me get back in here. Did the same thing on this verse. He starts going, he promotes his girls brand, which was amazing. I love that. And it just stopped. Like it's like he ran out of gas mid-verse.
TSU, more the same. In Too Deep for me, more the same.
TSU's another old one.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that was...
TSU is another old one.
It was Desires on the previous
In
week.
Too Deep, I want him to stop calling Future. So I'm done. Even though the second half or one of them halves, but I ain't got time for all this shit. Now, Yebba.
No, go back.
No, Pipe Down is the
Pipe
one.
Down.
That's my favorite song.
That's my one.
That is the
I don't care when he made that.
joint.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Whenever that was made, that should have been on this album.
Yeah.
Yebba should have been there, should have been longer. Probably my favorite shit on this album. No Friends in the Industry, I like that too, but
like
it's still
that one,
old.
You can tell.
That was old too?
Yeah.
It don't sound...
I mean, that one
polished.
wasn't a previous leak or nothing, but it sounds...
It sounds... Drake is a for the times guy.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna miss the times. That record, there's a time for that. He actually did it already. He did that whole shit. He bodied that, but it's there. Fuck it, I'll take it. They played it in the strip club. I'll take it.
I like that record.
That's the record they played. That and Too Sexy.
Yeah.
But that was it. And normally for a Drake drop, I normally get a little more than that in the strip club. That's why I go, kinda. No Friends in the Industry.
Knife Talk. I
I like Knife Talk.
Yeah.
I don't.
I like Knife Talk. I do. I like it. As I continue to listen, I liked it more than I had. And 7 a.m., we don't have to talk about.
Yeah, it's another
He
one of
did
those
that the night before this album
But
dropped.
that's new.
That's the
Yeah.
brand.
No,
That's
that's
brand
brand
spanking
new.
new.
That's spanking new.
That's hot off the press.
That one was, I Got You on My Mind.
Yeah. All the rest of this shit, same. So we ain't got to do all that. I'm sure we bored y'all or some of y'all with 3 hours of Drake before, but he deserves that. We don't have to do that now.
I got cursed
But we
out.
kinda... Why?
Oh, they was letting me have it. How dare you give it a 6?
Nah, some people was rocking with you.
I'm
Mad
telling you
people
what I
was
saw.
rocking.
I don't read the comments. I'm talking about my mentions on social media.
Yeah, people
They
was
was
rocking
spazzing.
with you.
Now, Aubrey, you made one mistake. How do I say this? This is not a Drake-like mistake to me.
You think it's a mistake?
I'm saying it's a mistake now. Maybe he did it purposely, but he shouldn't have did this.
Oh, I see why it's a mistake. Because this is better than everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Which
I get it.
All right, so let me ask you this.
And Drake knows that because he's a fan of 3K, of 3 Stacks. He knows what 3 Stacks is. I think he made the same mistake that I made. This is what they're going to call me a narcissist. I get it. But
I literally just had that
he made
conversation
the
off camera.
same mistake that I made. Where
Exact
he
same
did
mistake.
that shit, pump it up on the no shopping shit. And I knew it existed before y'all knew, and I rushed to it, and y'all flamed me up. And I think that's what he did. He knew this track existed. He knew it was like a real thing, and he got it somehow. And before you put this greatness out, I'm going to put this greatness out to step on some of your shit. But it didn't.
No, it did the opposite.
That shit was way too good.
The rest of this podcast, at least for the next 40 minutes, will be about this.
This shit right here.
Shut up, Kanye.
Yeah.
This ain't about you right now. Go find God.
This is fucking crazy.
Let's stop this.
I couldn't listen to it on the weekend. Once people were tweeting what it was about, I was like, this is going to make me like sad and introspective this whole weekend. I can't do this right now.
I wish I'd have did that.
This shit is too good.
I woke up to, yo, you seen what happened? Yo, text messages, everything. I'm like, the fuck are y'all talking about? And then I listened. And I just sat there.
Andre 3000 is the most amazing
definitely
human alien that ever existed. His ability to describe the human experience that poetically
he gets
is crazy.
He's top 10. Top 7, probably. Lyrically, all time, he's definitely top 10.
I'm with you.
Easy. Like, easy.
I can't name too many people that are better
yes.
at rapping than
I think he's in everybody's lyrical top 10, probably.
Musical top 10. Y'all say lyrically like he don't have some of the firest music of all time with Outkast. And
it's not him, though. It's a group. You get what I'm saying?
He was in the group.
See, and this is why we need more Andre 3000 discussions. Because this is how they all go. He was in the group. Well,
I don't care.
I mean,
I don't care. I don't take any points away.
He never did a solo album.
It doesn't.
Doesn't take a point.
He only pops up once every.
Because when he pops up, he does this.
I get that, but
holding
him to the candle.
He's in the top 10.
Andre 3000 is the second best rapper alive.
He might be the best.
He's not the best, in my opinion.
He might be the best.
But this is what I'll say to that, because I had an interesting talk with my cousin, who gave me a beautiful analogy for Andre 3000. And he took me back to, what movie was that? Good Will Hunting? Who's in Good Will Hunting? Matt Damon?
Matt Damon.
And I have a clip here. I would play it. Let me see if I could play this.
I think you could show me some appreciation. A little appreciation?
I do this shit.
Do you know how easy this is for me? Do you have any fucking idea how easy this is? This is a fucking joke. And I'm sorry you can't do this. I really am, because I wouldn't have to fucking sit here and watch you fumble around and fuck it up.
You saw Good Will Hunting, right?
Yeah, of course.
Run instead, wouldn't you? You're right. This is probably a total waste of my time.
I want to watch this movie again. Anyway, the long and short is genius level shit. They're talking about being geniuses. I'm gonna let him do it because he does it better than me. But then I'm gonna compare this to Jay-Z and Andre.
Okay.
Because I feel like Jay-Z has to feel like this about Andre. You have to know.
Yeah, and when it comes to that, it's only about.
Let me pause this. You have to know that there's a man out there with this ability.
Yeah.
This genius level shit that probably only you could really tell just how genius it is. And he's chilling playing the flute.
Mm-hmm.
Going to Starbucks. Mm-hmm. And that, you just have to know it. And when you hear this.
While being regular, kind of. Even though he's like weird and eccentric and all that shit.
But that's the
He don't have to do the I'm bigger than you, I'm better than you, I'm richer than you, I'm more brilliant than you. He just does it.
So in Good Will Hunting, the professor is like, he won the math award twice. Mm-hmm. He's like that guy.
Right.
He's braggadocious a little bit, bravado. You get a kid that's fucking niggas up, fighting on the street, that's mopping floors at MIT, and he could do some shit that you can't do in an hour. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's just wasting his gift. So the dude says, "Yo, dog, there are only 3 people in the world that could do this. You one of them, and it saddens me that you wasting your gifts out here doing nothing with them."
Jay-Z has to say that about this guy. Yo, if I'm gonna instigate hip-hop shit, then shit, the greats ain't excluded either. He has to feel like that about somebody that can do this effortlessly.
And this beautifully.
He has to be the second best rapper alive, bar none.
I'm trying to run.
Just rapping ability, I'm with you.
I'm trying to run through my head.
I'm with you.
I'm talking about all abilities.
Off of the rapping ability.
No, because when you start talking that GOAT, like again, man, this is just me
He's
personally.
one of the GOATs.
I'm cool with that, but when I start hearing, yes, that not having an album shit counts.
Nah, no, don't.
It counts. You have to be able to compete. You got to jump out there. You got to do it.
Nope. Sorry.
I used to say what Ice is saying. I'm with Parks.
Yeah,
He is too
Have you ever heard of Quemini?
Yes, I have.
Have you heard AT Aliens?
I have.
He's a goat.
There's nothing I don't care. And Big Boi was amazing too.
No, Big Boi's all right.
Forget rapping for a second. Let's fuck rapping, fuck words, fuck all of that. Vocal control. Mm-hmm. This is fucking a masterclass.
It is. It really is.
And it is every time he does this.
Yes.
He does it a lot. Mm-hmm. He does that right there, what he's doing now, often.
We had that talk, and I'm like, yo, he makes it. I want to know how long it took him to do this. And I'm sure it was really short. Like, this sounds like, all right, I just think this and say it.
Right.
Not many can do that.
You asked me that at the strip club, and I was like, honestly, probably 10 minutes.
This does not sound like
I said, think about it. Like, if your mom passed and then a beautiful soundtrack came on and you had to write something to it.
From someone whose mother also passed.
Right. Yeah. On an album centered
Dedicated,
around his mother passing, that verse, it wouldn't take long.
And I'm both shocked and understanding why Kanye didn't put that out. I don't know if I would be able to put that out.
Tell me the understanding part.
Well, this is dirty. And we'll take this from Parks can answer. I just want to read Andre's statement on what happened so we could kind of explain some of this. Kanye put out a gospel album. Mm-hmm. This verse is a dirty verse, even though I didn't really hear a curse word. I was too mesmerized.
He said when him and the girl was fucking.
I was too mesmerized.
Yeah.
That didn't matter, but okay, he cursed. Mm-hmm. Kanye can't make it a gospel album if there's curse words, and according to here it is.
I read it.
But I'll read it for the people that missed this. Andre 3 Stack says, a few weeks ago, Kanye reached out about me being a part of the Donda album. I was inspired by his idea to make a musical tribute to his mom. It felt appropriate to support the Donda concept by referencing my own mother, who passed away in 2013. We both shared that loss. I thought it was a beautiful choice to make a clean album, but unfortunately, I didn't know that was the plan before I wrote and recorded my verse. It was clear to me that an edited clean format of the verse would not work without having the raw original also available. So sadly, I had to be omitted from the original album release. The track I received and wrote to didn't have the diss verse on it, and we were hoping to make a more focused offering for the Donda album. Let me stop right there and explain to the people what this is.
He's pissed.
He's tight.
Yeah.
He's pissed.
He's tight. You use me as a ploy.
You use me for this?
I would have never been a part of you dissing Drake.
He's tight at both of them.
I don't know if he's tight at both of them.
No, he's tight at both of them.
He is.
Why? Because Drake leaked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's tight at both of them.
And in defense of Kanye, and I don't know if this is true, it sounded like a ref verse. He might not have been done with that verse. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end, he's just freestyling with the auto-tune on, which he does sometimes.
Kanye shit, right?
Yeah, yeah. It didn't sound like what he usually does when he freestyles with the auto-tune on. Like, I'm not sure that this was the intended final thing.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Andre 3000 is saying, keep me out y'all shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But a more focused offering.
But
let's stay there for a second.
You called me and said, yo, I'm doing a Donda album, tribute to my mom.
From my mother.
And I want you on here. Lost your mom. Like, and that's what he's saying. Like, okay, I can relate to you. We share that loss. We both lost our moms.
Right.
Focused
I'm locked
offering.
in right here. We're going to go.
40-something years old. Keep me
And
out
this what you do?
But yeah.
Keep me out that dumb
This
shit.
is what you take this verse and do?
But look, he's Dre, so he says, but I guess things happen like they're supposed to. It's unfortunate that it was released in this way. Mad at Drake. It's unfortunate that it was released in this way, and two artists that I love are going back and forth. He ate all that shit. I wanted to be on Certified Lover Boy too. Hey, I want to be on Kendrick shit too.
And guess what?
Hey, and I want to work with Lil Baby and
Jack.
Tyler
And Jack.
and Hove. I respect them all. Beautiful.
What a classic.
Round of applause.
Classiest guy in the world.
If this song somehow made that Kanye album, the talk goes differently.
It's
It
different.
does.
It's a different.
It goes.
It's another certified.
Now, let me ask
Big
y'all.
Joker.
Let me
Big
hold
Joker.
on. Let me ask y'all. It goes different for the 3000 verse.
No, it goes
No,
different for the album.
I'm asking
This is
you
an album changer.
Yeah.
It is.
for what I'm saying what Kanye did, because your argument was before.
Oh, Ice got a
he
point.
ain't rapping, but everybody he's put on the album was doing all the
Are
rapping.
you talking to Ish?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
your argument before was Kanye's not really rapping on this album like that. Nothing that impressed you really. So everything was the features doing all the rapping. So I'm asking you, this song going on the album makes it a game changer for Andre 3000's verse or for the whole song?
Contingent upon what Kanye would have done.
Well, we know what he did.
No, we don't.
No, we don't know.
I don't think he puts that with
He
that
didn't do
song.
anything. He didn't do anything.
He ain't do nothing.
He went
never
there and tried
released
to
it.
get the melody and he tried to get the flow.
He started with doing some Donda shit at the beginning of it, and then drifted off.
He started getting a foot in his ass.
If Kanye,
It's all he started to do. It's all he started to do was get a. Hey Kanye, you cons. Who else? Sai. Who else is over there? Nigga, dog. But it's not a knock.
No.
That's
It's
the
just,
point.
you can't.
No, it's not.
Yeah, with that one, you're going to get a foot in your
What
ass.
are you gonna do? I had sleepless nights over Fab studio sessions sometimes. What do you do when that person walks in a studio?
and does that.
No, before he does anything.
No, just know anything.
All
Just
he
know
knows
it's
is
coming.
walk in.
Right.
He walked in like Kobe walking in the gym. I ain't got to shoot.
And the wild shit is
He coming.
he obviously he did his verse empty because he was like he didn't know that was up there.
That diss track wasn't on.
So
it,
he
said.
just got the beat.
Right.
So what do you do when you get that back?
No. So again, so to answer
Kanye went on there and was he got that verse back and was confused. He said, he was trying to find him a little. And Donda, nah, dog.
No.
Nah, dog. Nah. You know what it's like? First, you know how you bring your hood friend over, right? You bring your hood friend over. Maybe this is old school because people have hood friends here. I don't
Yes.
fucking know. Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Yeah, it still exists.
This is me and Issue.
Yo, you don't
talking
bring them to
to
your house no more, though, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah, nigga.
For real?
I love my hood friends.
Word is
They're
born.
my brothers, bro.
Absolutely.
Mine too.
I know.
No, for real. But that one hood friend you bring to your house, he maybe shouldn't have been in your house, but he's so nice to your mom. Hey, Miss Such and Such. Now that when y'all leave, your mom is beating you down about how cool such and such is. You're like, yo, this nigga is a killer.
Certified.
And that's what happened when he came on the verse. Hello, Miss Donda. Whoa. This is going somewhere different. They did a whole album about Donda, and nobody gave me what the goosebumps that I got from even, hey there, Miss Donda.
No, my point is,
And why do
mama
all
tell us, say
of
something.
us have that story
man.
about quit smoking, going to the store, and now you smoking? And that's like a black urban legend.
let me ask you this: in a egotistical, maybe insecure thing, did he keep this off this album on purpose?
No.
No.
I think he kept it off the album because he wasn't able to do with it what he wanted to
Yeah.
do with it.
And I still think he had plans for this song because why are you premiering? Why are you
have to
previewing
find
it?
a way to put this on the album.
We don't know that there could be a deluxe coming. We don't know is what I'm saying.
No, ain't nothing coming with this.
No.
This
No.
goes back to
find-
our Kanye and Dre fighting over the stems thing where we had that fight. Like, you're right. Anybody else changes the verse. Hey, I don't know when they did this, but he said, hey, I didn't even know that's what you was doing on it. I didn't know you wanted to clean. You didn't tell me. Everybody else, when they flew into that Mercedes-Benz, they had a talk. Hey, come in this Falcons locker room or whatever the fuck they had. And let's talk. But he didn't tell him that. And you not calling Andre to say,
You'll change your verse.
you're not, and he's going to say no.
And when the verse is that good, you're not asking him to change a fucking thing.
And you can't ask me to change this verse.
How?
Yeah.
Listen,
So again,
he
what
bleeped
do you
out
do with
other
the verse?
curses.
He bleeped out a lot
He
of people's
bleeped
curses.
out other curses from other artists. That's what I don't understand.
With the other artist's consent.
No. So again,
Andre is saying, I'm not letting him bleep my shit out without y'all having this.
Right.
There was no way to do that.
My verse was
so
too
no.
raw. You gotta get if you're gonna make a clean, you have to get the original.
Or did you
raw
understand
verse
him
too.
to be saying something
I
different?
thought he's saying something different.
What do you think he was
What did you
saying?
think?
I'm thinking he's assuming that is why they took that course of action. He didn't confirm that that's why they took that course of action. He's saying, under my assumption, this is maybe why we did this. It was too raw. Until the very, very end, he didn't give you nothing that couldn't have been on a gospel album. Until the end, when he's talked about having sex, and then I think he says some other curse word, but that's it. The other artists and features on this album said way more shit than this. That could have gotten bleeped out easy.
This is up there for verse of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Verse of the
no,
last
no.
couple years.
No, this is
It's different. You know how I used to come in here and say, and I used to say it kind of jokingly, but not like, The young girls don't have no bruises on them, on their knees and shit. Like, they just clean, they skin everywhere, and we all laugh, oh, God, what do you mean, you stupid to wear it? But this is what I mean by that. This verse sounds like an aged dude that's just fell and got scars and bumps and is here to tell
and I can get busy.
It.
Yeah.
And that sword is still
getting too sharp.
And every time I start saying this about 3 Stacks, I immediately go into, well, where do I rank Big Boi then if I'm doing all this about? And that's where the conversation gets convoluted and confusing. 3 Stacks is the second best rapper alive.
He's better than Big Boi.
Well, hear me out.
I'm not.
Hear me out. No. Hear me out. You say he's he's the second best alive. You say he's definitely better than Big Boi. And this is not taking anything away from either one of them. But if Big Boi keeps up with Andre on every album, which is damn near impossible to do, and Big Boi puts out his own solo albums where he's rapping at a top tier on his projects.
Solo albums too.
Can Big Boi play the flute?
What the flute got to do with rapping?
I didn't ask you that. I asked you if
I don't know.
Play the flute.
He might. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know.
Okay.
But Andre was also producing a lot of this shit too. Not for nothing.
That's all. I just never understand the Big Boi oversight when mentioning Andre. I think
Big Boi is
personally,
also a genius.
I'm gonna tell you what I think. That when Eminem dropped that verse, and when he said Andre 3000's name, when he listed the top 10 or the greatest, whatever, that at that point it was cemented. People said yes, 3K is this dude, but it wasn't a mandatory. He's listed in your top until Eminem dropped that verse.
I disagree wholeheartedly because I don't even know what verse you're talking about. So it definitely doesn't do it for
after
me.
After ATLians, he was inching up, and then after
was it just
Aquemini,
him is what I'm saying.
Because what he does is
he can rap better.
It's different.
Fam, it ain't that far off. It ain't like day and night with them either, though. It's not.
No, Big Boi is amazing.
Stop. Okay, I'll try my best to answer this for you. It seems that way because Andre scores from spots on the floor that Big Boi can't. Where Big Boi scores from, he's better than probably 97, 98% of all of those rappers. When we just talking rapping and making music and making albums, cool. But when you start getting into the other elements of artistry, the funny dress, the singing, the
goosebumps,
the pace of the records,
the goosebumps, the goosebumps is what changed
these rapper jokers.
You know what it is?
Like Joe, a rapper. So they start talking about getting in pockets and doing all of that tricky dickety shit. Like he could do it. Yo.
That mystery helps.
What mystery?
That Andre, the elusive
quirkiness,
all of that I pop out every now and then. No, I'm not. Again, this is not a knock. It really isn't. I'm just saying there are things that Big Boi stayed consistent.
Big Boi's amazing.
No, see, this what you're saying is part of my beef about fucking J-Elect. Like, you talking about 3 Stacks. Like, J-Elect pops out. And we praise him when he pops out. And I be sitting here like, hey, man, nigga, it been a verse every... Nigga, no. 3 Stacks we can't do that with.
No, you can't.
That's almost a... Come on,
you can't do that with... You can't do the two of them because at least 3 Stacks gave you group projects. J-Elect ain't did none of that.
But he also gave me The Love Below. And while it's not a solo album...
From a marketing standpoint...
It is a solo album.
It's a solo album. Just because it wasn't marketed
like a solo album. And if it were to be re-released today alone in the streaming era, how long is that album?
It's an hour or something close to it.
It could stand alone and it would do great. So that's my example of solo album when we start talking about him. And
it's a doozy.
Nah, he's just...
That one is tough.
He's different.
That one is like...
Come to rapping. He can rap, bro.
That one is like Miseducation and 3 Stacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yo, he can rap. Like, again, my thing is, I listen to what niggas say. That nigga can rap.
And this is not like...
One.
I hate having the argument because I don't ever want to sound like you're taking anything away from Big Boi because he's incredible.
No,
and
but
talking to some of my rap nerd friends,
really
Pharaoh to be specific.
Why do we do that in hip-hop?
I know, but
we did it with Drake,
let me get this point. Let me get this point off.
Let him land.
I was talking to Pharaoh about it one day. He's like, having a dude that's consistent next to you like that, he did with Prince Po and Organized Confusion, allows you to do the extra weird shit.
That's true.
That is true.
And I don't think that the argument of putting Pharaoh... Andre or Pharaoh, for that matter, up here should take away from where Big Boi or Prince Po landed being incredible rappers. We don't have to do that.
I have a great
We don't have to do that.
I think it's a great analogy.
That's true.
You could take Andre, right? And you could call him Michael Jordan or you could call him Steph Curry.
Look at the two niggas you named.
I know.
Pharaoh Monch.
Monch.
Like,
Look,
you're right, but
again,
Right.
those two guys.
Andre could be Michael Jordan or Steph Curry, right? And Big Boi could be Scottie Pippen or Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's arguably top 5 shooter of all time. It's nothing against them. Scottie Pippen is top 50 player of all time. It's nothing against them. They're great. But you're talking about Michael Jordan and Steph Curry.
Right.
So that's the Andre.
Big Boi is that dude, man. But even in looking at that, right, there was rumors for years about whatever went on between Outkast.
Mm-hmm.
None of, I can't say with any certainty what happened.
He said it on the T.I. verse. What's that shit
sorry.
called?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Sorry.
What did he say?
Sorry, I fucked up all the
man, he
tours.
broke it all the way
yeah,
down.
you went crazy. That's a
Yeah,
incredible
that was one of my favorite 3,000 verses.
Yeah.
That and 16. Like recent.
That was, I think, a very nice way to tell us.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, even with that and how he handled that and with what little we know about that, we can imagine how he feels about how this Drake-Kanye shit plays out. Two people he loves and how they're handling the dispute.
Yeah, and I'm old. Like, I don't want to be a part of that shit. You know, old niggas be seeking peace.
I know.
Like, I don't want nothing to do with
Yeah,
this.
I made it
dumb
through
shit.
all the
Like,
bullshit.
for real.
The last thing I want is more bullshit.
Yeah, and I don't want my name
And then I don't want to be
associated
in
with
your
it.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, if it ain't
Like,
even
yo,
my bullshit.
Like, word, you gonna be on Kanye diss track? Nigga, I didn't know it was a diss track. Don't shoot no fire this way.
Like, even the
I
fact,
don't want none of that.
Even the fact he got to say that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, fam, I have to put a statement out.
That's true. He had to.
I got to do this.
Yeah, and I don't do that.
I don't do this shit.
I don't like
I'm
talking
not
to
a
y'all.
public guy at all.
I have to put a statement out now because of y'all bullshit.
True. I don't feel like being a part of this
For real.
nonsense.
That shit is whack.
How many times has Andre and Hov been on the same song?
I do. Off Jeezy's album.
IDO, yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I can't think.
It
That's the
hasn't
only one.
happened enough.
That might be it.
It hasn't happened enough.
That might be it.
That might be the one.
That might be it, yeah.
And the original version had Drake on there too, but I don't know what happened. But yeah, that might be it.
That should change.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's happening like that, but that should change. That's just my opinion.
I think, again, people's personalities sometimes don't mesh. Not saying that against them, but again, Andre 3000 is not the public guy.
I wouldn't be surprised too if, because they kind of both like Hard Knock Life and Quim and I were the same year. There might have been some, nah, we can't do this yet. We're kind of in competition here.
Again, but throughout their history.
You would think that at some point. Yeah.
That was 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
going to
so-
do some research on this. I know that Hov has
The
given,
utmost respect.
and I know he's said it somewhere publicly.
3000 ill. Like the male version.
Yeah,
from Lauryn Hill. He said it on Stars Born.
Yeah. Listen, he is fucking going.
He's going nuts.
Crazy on
He's
this.
going nuts.
While talking to Kanye's mother the entire verse.
While talking to me.
No, but I'm just saying, like, how do you structure a verse? Like,
This is the first time I got goosebumps from a song, and I don't remember how long.
I was just having a conversation maybe 2 weeks ago with somebody. I was listening to somebody that was talking. And my new thing was trying to talk to people. And they were saying how they have their mom's last name. And they just said it quick.
Mm-hmm.
And it paused me up. It's like, wait. And you okay with that? Was Dad okay with that? Did you ever inquire about it? Did you never want to change your name
Women do it
back?
spitefully.
I know.
My
but
daughter got-
that's like a big.
I know.
But we talked about that
Yeah,
before
my-
too.
my daughter
Yeah, that's
don't
a
have my
big
last
thing
name.
for me.
Women do it spitefully. He said it.
But that's a big thing for me because all right, the name is the name, but it's our blood. It's dad blood in there. So I mean, you're just gonna wipe my name out, and then what happens to my fam? So for him to touch on this,
Crazy.
And
in
said
a
it in the
verse.
song that his mother did it spitefully.
I'm just hitting around. I'm just hitting around the applause just from.
Crazy.
He's bugging.
So look, up to this
No
far,
coincidence. They both
what
died of
on
heart
this
conditions?
particular masterpiece is perverted that it can't reach a gospel?
maybe not bleeped out in terms of
The
saying
only-
certain
the-
words,
I-
but he talked about
Smoking weed.
fucking in the church,
fucking and smoking weed.
cigarettes,
fucking in Bible
sinning.
study.
Did y'all
like,
hear Lox's
yeah.
verses?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Like, did y'all hear the Lox's
But
verses on this
I
album?
didn't think about
wasn't
what
this.
they were saying, that he
But
said
what
that
he-
it had to be presented both ways, and I didn't. Yeah,
He tried.
he tried. I like where
He
he,
tried.
I like where he started
He
to go.
started
with it, but then
going.
he lost it.
Yeah, but
Now he started going. He started going.
He started going at the beginning, but then he lost it.
He did.
And Azalea Banks should be able to fry air. She should be able to air fry cats.
Yo, why do you always bring up this girl with the...
Let's just say shit that's not true.
No.
Come on, let's do it.
Joe,
just to be politically
he
correct.
started going.
PC.
He took off.
PC.
He took off.
He
cut it down.
No.
He
What
took
he did
off.
was
All right.
He did take off. How long did it take off?
Not long.
It was
4
one of
bars.
the quick. It was quick flight. Landing gear trouble. We gotta come back down.
Grand opening, grand closing. Isn't this great? Her flight leaves at 8. Her flight lands at 9. This was like from Sumter to Columbia.
Yeah.
This was DC to Virginia. This mother. It's like when you go from
A little crop duster plane.
from Boston to Whistler. Let me tell you the flight that Kanye took off. Queens to Jersey.
Jersey City.
So listen, I know that Kanye is that dude. Yeah, Kanye is that dude. But let me stop y'all. In no universe can Kanye do something with that. It's different levels to rap. I'm telling y'all something. He heard that shit and couldn't wait to hear a curse. Gotta go.
That's my point.
Go ahead and take this shit off.
This is gospel, Dre. Sorry I didn't tell you.
No.
But
What song?
This the crazy part.
nigga, Drake heard that shit and said, this cannot come out over there on Good Music. I must do something about this.
Man, Drake
40.
said, "Yo,
40, hold the candle line.
stop the candles.
Put the candles away for a minute. We have a
Yo, we going
three-stack
live
verse."
tonight."
Yeah,
That's
he
what
tried.
happened.
He came in with all that. Listen, Kanye, you would have to wait a little while. You'd have to write some. Hey, you cons, all y'all would have had to Voltron some shit. Yo, they both be saying the same shit, Drake and Kanye. They both want to over my seeds, dead body. I'ma kill you. Play with my business and the motherfucker. Like, are either one of them trying to hurt a child? Like, why they keep saying that shit?
He might not be talking to Drake on that particular.
I like this approach though, Kanye. Let me talk to you directly, since your engineer can't do it. The engineer couldn't say nothing back.
You've been up for 33 hours. What do you want from him? He's trying to get some shut eye.
Yo, you know that's true because he was supposed to be up at 7:30 and woke up at 11.
Hey,
He's exhausted. You running a fucking slave camp over there. You're having to mix vocals, make Adidas, make clogs. Hey, Kanye got these niggas making everything over there.
Elves, them Santa's elves.
Yeah, he got the engineer giving Justin LeBoy some girly quotes.
Respectfully, though.
Hey, he's running a sweatshop. I forgot the point I was making.
Niggas in there making clogs and beats at the same time.
That nigga
Engineer was tired.
Tear a hole in that shirt.
he told
Engineer, turn me up and tear a hole.
Turn me up and tear a hole.
No, but this is the funniest 4 texts in a row ever. Good morning. Let's work. You're fired. Go home. Stop texting. Go find God.
Damn,
Kanye,
go find
you
God
can't
line.
be the religious guy and tell
Yes, he
people.
can.
You can't tell people to go find God passive aggressively.
Yo, man, go
You
find
can't
God.
use God. See, and that's my point about you niggas just finding trendy shit and
true.
not really being about. Stop. Look what you got 3K into.
And no, the crazy part is you so religious and you start talking about your dick and cursing and all that other shit in the verse. He started talking about his dick and niggas better stop playing with me and they could kiss my dick.
Man, fam said on GD. Like you claiming
that
now.
too. That
forgot
too.
the O.
I didn't even think about that part.
Yeah.
You took it.
He's talking about the gangster's disciples. I'm putting this on GD. Fuck is you a gangbanger?
I don't know.
I mean,
I can't keep up.
The merch did have a 6-pointer start on it. Things is starting to click.
A lot of that shit. Yeah.
Things starting to click. If you really want to
the
talk,
logo, the logo for the album had it.
some shit starting to click. But you know,
The logo for the album had
that
it.
ain't my place.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, I didn't take any of that from the Larry Hoover.
nah.
Well, when there was a 30-minute break on the album to free Larry Hoover, I was like, oh.
Oh, y'all ain't.
I'll take it.
Y'all ain't watched the last listening joint he did, the one in Chicago, right?
No.
Bam. Had a record on there called GD Anthem, and all the record kept saying was, "Y'all don't let the GDs in the building. That's the whole song.
Oh, that's like Jocelyn shit. Do it like it's my B-day, baby. Do it like it's my B-day. But she kept repeating it. Don't do that, because somebody should have played that on my birthday. Y'all dropped the ball.
We had all. That was them.
Y'all kept playing this Stevie Wonder shit. Where was Jocelyn? And I was doing it like a... Come on, fuck. Anyway.
Yeah, no. Please stop.
So what the GD...
Yeah, he had the GD anthem.
I'm staying out of GD business. I don't know who's in,
I have
who's
GD
out.
homies, and
He said it on the
album.
And he's going to say it. I ain't saying nothing.
Told Drake, don't play with me on GD.
Yeah.
It's about my business.
But you're the Christian guy.
There could be
Christians need
Christian gangs. I don't know.
Yeah. Christians.
That's the name of the gang.
Yo, Jesus Christ is their big homie. That's the name of the gang, nigga.
Can I? Y'all can keep talking about this.
The Christians.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just saying, to me, that's so you can't put Andre 3000's verse on there because you're making a gospel album and you holier than thou. But on the same exact track, you telling people to kiss your dick.
Okay, now let me. If I am to believe y'all argument that that's not Kanye's final verse and maybe I was just bullshitting on that, and y'all wasn't supposed to hear that, y'all not supposed to know I'm the hypocrite.
True.
You're not supposed to know. You saw something you wasn't supposed to say. I mean, yeah, we know that.
But
about
you
a
know.
lot of.
But you know. Forget what the world knows. You know. And if you living in your truth, your quote unquote truth, and you going by these criteria that there could be no curses and there should be none of this stuff on the album, you wouldn't even be writing a verse like this.
I'm a billionaire. Name a billionaire that's not evil.
I wouldn't say
it's not going to do what they want to do.
Yeah, they are that. What Park said, I don't know about evil. Evil's a little stretch, but
it's
a lot of them be evil too, though.
Yeah, it's some shit behind
it's
it.
broke niggas that be evil.
That's
I get that.
So I'm not, and I don't subscribe to that neither. Okay. I don't subscribe to that. Every person that when you amass a certain amount of wealth, that it turns you into something evil. I don't.
Oh, I didn't mean that way.
Oh, you said all of them.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there was some. If you dig back far enough, there's some evil shit in there, in that wealth to obtain that wealth.
It's new billionaires.
Dig back into them too. There's some shit there. That's all I'm saying. Some shit there.
I mean, a lot of them, yeah, but I don't subscribe to all of them. But again, with him doing this, I think that 3000 shit was so fire that him being a narcissist that he is didn't put that shit on there. That's what I personally believe.
It's possible. I don't think
Again,
so.
dog, the album is
done.
But he got out-rapped by
out your mom.
Fam. I can't see. I gotta disagree with that.
And he bodied it.
Gotta disagree with that.
How does that not make the cut?
I don't think it's for that reason. Because he got out-rapped by J-Elect. He got out-rapped by every rap feature on this album.
Every single
one of them. Let's be real.
Bars.
They did.
So if I'm feeling that yo he killed it so bad I can't put this out. First off, he got out-rapped by Fabio.
Right.
Yeah, he did. So if I'm
not feeling that Fabio verse like everybody else,
but just hear me out.
He bodied it.
If I'm gonna get out-rapped by somebody,
you'd rather it be him.
And that's nothing against Fabio,
no,
but
that makes sense.
I want it by somebody that's on everybody's GOAT list.
That makes sense.
So yeah, I put this out if that's the case. If that's the reasoning for
it makes sense. What you're saying makes sense.
Yeah, I can't
make sense. Like, yeah, if I'm gonna get out,
there was something else.
I think it was incomplete. I really think that he was still working on this shit.
I think with Kanye and his whole living art thing, we ain't done with the Donda album.
That might be true too.
Which is why he was over there in Europe.
Which is why Drake got that shit up out of here.
Previewing the verse for people.
Right.
Because he previewed the verse one day, and then the very next night, Drake said, nah, we're not waiting for whatever you doing. It's coming out now.
Throw a monkey wrench in your shit.
Yeah, I'm going to throw a wrench in your shit.
Makes sense.
I don't know if that was a great play.
By Drake or by...
By Drake. I don't see what the point was.
I'm glad we got it.
I'm glad.
The point was literally it was this. Even though we've heard stories now that wasn't the case, but the same thing that happened with the Pusha T and Drake shit when allegedly Drake had some whole Adidas line lined up for his son ready to go, and Pusha throws the monkey wrench. I'm putting your plans out there. Whatever's on your big whiteboard, I'm throwing it out to fuck your plans up because I know you're a calculated machine over there. You work by a certain way. So I want to throw a wrench in there and fuck you up in any way I can.
And what's Kanye talking about when I hit you and say WYD, you just better have my verse ready?
I'm writing everything. Everything you need.
What's wrong? Who are you talking to?
I didn't get that.
I don't know.
He ain't saying that to the boy.
I think you're saying that to the boy.
I think
the boy just starting to have fun. It's getting ready to be. This is going to be fun.
Said that to the boy.
I think you said it to the boy.
I think that
You can't talk to me like that. You can't talk to me like that. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with
When
you.
I hit you and say WYD, you just better have my fire ass
Yes,
verse
sir. I'm
ready,
writing
boy.
everything you need.
I'm writing everything you need.
Yes, sir.
And I got more slaps
No.
than
Yes,
the
sir.
Beatles.
Though.
Don't, yes, sir, I'm writing everything you
Nah,
need. And you've been
I mean-
hanging out with fucking Donald Trump and you start the verse, where's my red hat at? Like, what are you talking about?
I think Drake's coming out with an album way sooner than y'all are saying.
Me too. I think Kanye is too when that engineer get back home.
Was he probably asleep?
Said, I got something for your ass. Yo, Drake.
Mad, I think.
What else you want to buy?
I think if a Kanye album dropping all next month.
We about to get a whole Good Music rollout again.
Yeah, remember Good Fridays?
We back.
We back.
Good Sunday.
You gonna tell the engineer to find God and your songs be safe.
And I know the nigga that's beefing. Come on, man. And this nigga's beefing with you?
Nah, I think Drake got another album in the tub.
That album.
Me
Like
too.
what Ice just said.
I don't want to talk about these niggas no more. I don't.
What Ice just said
After
about he might have had some pressure on him just to give niggas something.
I know he did. He had to.
And y'all saying that he been in the studio with his team for the better part of a year and a half, 2 years. You're not releasing that.
I agree.
Boy Wonder wasn't on the Drake album,
Also,
but he was on Kanye's album.
T- wasn't either.
Vinyls wasn't either
I think Vinyls did do a co-production on one of them.
on the Drake shit.
Yeah. I forgot what record, but
Okay,
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah, I think Drake
still
got
weird.
something in the
Still
tuck.
weird. Still weird.
I think they're gonna beef the rest of the fourth quarter.
I'm not mad at it. Keep it going.
As a fan.
I mean,
As a fan, yeah. Why would I be mad at
People are
this?
tired of it.
I would like to get like some. Well, there hasn't been anything like super amazing.
No, you know why people might be tired of it? Because it's not translating into dope ass music.
Oh, but see, if they have more fun, I won't care. If Drake just fuel up the jet and circle around Kanye's little quiet house for 10 hours,
That's funny to me.
that's fun for me.
Or just ping his location in Wisconsin somewhere. Like, that's hilarious. Just troll a nigga now.
Or send the kids to fucking Wisconsin like he did to me. Send them badass kids over there, just throw some paint on all his little minimalist furniture.
He ain't sending them kids, man. Stop that shit. That was a great day.
Well, they came to my house,
I know.
and I went to their house. All right.
Like, I chased them.
And what does Kendrick have to say? Yeah, we caught them little niggas. What?
I told Joe, I said, yo, if he tap his brakes one time, I got him. I do this.
We
Let
got
him tap his
him.
brakes. As soon as I see, get out the car.
We got him.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, what does Mr. Kendrick have to say about all of this? Several songs have popped up, registered. That means
We've seen this before, though. I feel like who was it? They did this with someone else, and I don't think any of the songs came out. Someone just
These
registered
songs
some
are
shit.
not coming out.
Yeah.
This is just, hey,
I'm here.
I don't know. Someone might have just registered some names.
Kendrick, I'll tell you this much. You better have a fire rollout after the shit I just watched over the last 2 months. Drake. Fam, I gotta give Drake more credit, because if that was the album, what the fuck you put this stupid ass heart in your head all year for?
I'll tell you why.
Tricked the shit out of me.
You ain't been on Instagram lately?
No.
Oh, no, they putting hearts in their heads now. That's why he did it. They follow all this stupid shit. I'm seeing a whole bunch of posts of dudes with hearts in their heads.
I still don't know
I
why
said if
this
the album was
album-
hard, I'd have got a heart in the beard.
I
I
still
don't here.
but I don't know why this album is called
Certified Lover Boy.
You got the Beijing heart up there?
Niggas.
I got a Sharpie right here.
Yeah, that would have been. I'll do it. Let me draw a little heart up there. Yeah, but I'm just saying. I still haven't quite figured out why this album is called Certified Lover Boy either.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't get
It
that.
tricked me.
Yeah. You think you would get
Everything tricked me. The album cover, like, this is all, this ain't it.
Enough. Well, we've talked
Yeah.
about enough. Enough.
All right.
Enough.
Enough.
Enough. Enough. Enough.
Enough. You're right.
Shout out to J. Cole and Andre 3000.
Yeah.
That's where I stand.
Listen, it's only September, and I got Nas in Album of the Year. I got Cole in Album of the Year. I got Ye in Album of the Year. And there's some more I'm forgetting, 'cause I don't remember everything that came out. But I had somebody else in there. I was keeping a count.
Tyler, for sure. Yeah.
Tyler.
Yeah.
This is heating up.
I
is-
told you that when Tyler dropped.
And then
I said,
Kendrick's
it's
got to
gonna-
be in there somewhere
If he-
when he
if he
drops.
drops, yeah.
When he drops.
And if he drops last, the awards would be fresher. for him.
Well, he can't get the awards, not the Grammys. We're past it. Well, he would have to drop like now. The deadline, I think. No, the deadline passed. I think it's September 1st.
No, they will move the deadline.
They'll move the deadline for Kendrick?
They moved.
You think so?
They changed the rules for Chance. Yeah, I would move the deadline for Kendrick. We'll see. Kendrick calling niggas up. Yo, I'm dropping next week, man.
Yo, my album is in for this year.
They're gonna say, they're gonna say, I'm gonna go run it to the board, but I'm pretty sure I can get you a win. I'll text you in an hour and let you know if that win is.
Performing, right? You performing, right?
As long as Macklemore don't have an album come.
Don't do that.
Why you always doing
Sorry.
Nah,
don't do it, because Macklemore's a great guy.
He is a great guy.
Fucked up.
I don't care, bro.
Oh my God. You don't care that people are great guys?
That has nothing to do with album of the year over Good Kid, Mad City, bro. I don't care how great of a guy you are. It has nothing to do with that. That is probably one of the greatest albums ever.
It really does. It really does have a lot to do with being a good guy, though. I know you don't want to hear it because you think it's music based, but that's your fault
I know
for
it's
thinking
not
that.
music based.
That's still your fault for thinking that.
Definitely a lot of relationships.
Politics. That's not. I don't mean you're a great guy. That's all I mean. You being a great guy is not your relationships.
You think the fans picked the
true.
number one video on 106 and Park?
No, Joe. I know you're lying. No, I don't believe the fans. I know all your raps. You can't hit me with that.
Yeah, you said you don't think that
My
being a great guy has anything to do with relationships?
There goes some muffins.
Not even trying to.
You let him get the Dunkin' Donuts.
We don't even have an oven in the studio, but he still got muffins.
If I got the right people in my corner, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm a great guy. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
yeah.
That's all.
Your team might be great.
My team can be great
Gotcha.
and have the right people in their
And
pockets.
so we're clear, Macklemore's team at the time
Great
was
guys.
Yeah.
Great guys.
Yeah, they're great guys.
Great guys,
Shout out to
great
all of them. I didn't mean that to be like some
No, I
Macklemore
was just saying,
trash.
that don't mean him being a great guy or not a great guy is not what got that award.
I know I just feel bad because he's such a great guy. I'm sure he didn't ask them,
Right.
hey, give it to me
That's
over
where it's
Kendrick.
fucked up at.
And then everybody shitted on him, and he came out and said, yo, I probably think Kendrick deserves. Like, he said,
they shitted on him again.
That makes it worse. That doesn't help.
They doubled down on the shit.
And then we never saw him again.
Never. You pop out
Then
if
he
you
left.
want to.
He just left.
let me just run out.
Where
of
is Macklemore?
Shout out to Macklemore. Wherever
my
he's at.
20, 30,
And
40
where
million.
is Internet? The group.
Oh, shit.
And where is Ray Swimmer?
And Sway Lee.
That's what I'm pissed off about.
Hey,
we had a whole pandemic year. We back outside, and I got no Ray Swimmer.
But I apologize, because that's my fault. Fans, Parks, I know you're a big Trimmer fan. Savon, I'm sorry, because I did that. We ain't heard from him since he put that little 2-pack ass out. He put that little 2-pack out, tried to heat the streets up in the spring. We was like,
Nah, you know what happened? I'm going to tell you. They dropped the record with French, the Unforgettable. And then he was like, yo,
You going all the way back down.
I got 40 more of those.
oh yeah.
And
Then they stole his laptop.
I think they did steal
they stole the laptop.
Yo, can we tell?
That was
I'm
it.
throwing it right back to you. Right back to you. Rappers. Your laptop is important, yo. Yo, I don't know why they
Keep
never,
that on you.
important?
They never realized that.
And they make cool bags too. Like you can like do it
Super
fly.
cool.
All the designers got a bag you can put your
Yeah.
laptop in.
And actually, you could just keep all the things in a drive in your bag, which is very small.
Royce lost his bag with his laptop and everything in that shit. We was on tour one time, like all the new music for like Bar Exam or something that was anticipated. He just screamed on Keno the whole time. Keno, you better find that book bag. It's nice to have a manager you can just black on. Yo, go get my shit. I think they found it though. Yeah, people got to stop doing that. Somebody else lost their laptop, had to pay to get it back.
It was Ryan Leslie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know he had the
Oh,
fouls.
no, it was on there.
He had the fouls in there.
Whatever
and
you
he,
want,
he
you
had
getting that
everybody
back.
fouled. His, Rico Loves. You know, he done written some shit for everybody. Where's we going just now? I don't know what you talking about.
I don't know, nigga. Following you.
All right, well, let's follow you for a little bit. You have fun out with us on Friday?
It's regular, normal shit. It's the same shit all the time.
No, it was Joe's birthday
Nah, it was
weekend.
my birthday weekend, Labor Day weekend. Nothing was different, no.
No, I'm talking about the scenery.
You want different scenery? Shoot.
What you expect?
Mel
You
Cole.
do look different.
Listen, all jokes aside, you do kind of want different scenery, though.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
I would catch him.
once you know everybody,
You could tell me that.
what? Once you,
Yeah, what?
this nigga so ignorant. Yo, every Wednesday it ain't the same.
It's close to the same.
Every Friday, same lineup. for the most part. Every Saturday, same lineup for the most part. That's why when you go to different spots, it changes the scenery.
I got a new reality show coming. It's called Try to Get a Drink from the Bartender.
Damn. You win a prize.
No, I swear.
Fam. We sat back.
No, it's bad.
And was like, yo, just look.
No, it's bad.
Shorty had a leg up on the bar. She
phone
on
out.
phone
out.
Like,
Okay, no. She had a leg up on the bar. It's one sign she didn't want to work. Then she had a Band-Aid on her ass. One of the little circular Band-Aids. Another sign you shouldn't have been at work. Then your hair was a mess. Mm-hmm. And now I'm feeling gay for recognizing these things. Because I shouldn't recognize these things. I should just be happy, but your hair is a girl.
Bitch.
Girl.
Bitch.
It was, so, and then she was on the phone the whole time. Multiple of them on the phone the whole time.
it was a little gang of them. They
FaceTime and
clicked up.
dudes.
Yeah.
And then they be doing
Twitter, Instagram, they doing all, you still, Ice thirsty as hell. Ice thirsty, he is so parched in there. I'm just staring at him laughing, right? And then I noticed Shorty got 2 broken nails. This shouldn't mean anything, right?
It means something.
That meant a lot to me.
It means a lot.
That meant a lot to me. Am I bougie now?
No, that's not bougie.
That
No.
should mean something, right?
means something.
But why didn't it mean nothing to her?
Because I'm gonna tell you why.
Because it's Labor Day weekend?
I was just getting ready to say that.
And also paint the scene. Because, like, a certain bar, that might be cool. Like, more of a dive bar, neighborhood bar. You're not really looking for
You
nothing
at
like
work.
No, but I get
She
what
wasn't
you're saying.
just stop going to the
If
bar.
she's the bartender
one
at
of
a
those.
dive
Yeah,
bar,
if she's a bartender at a dive bar.
Then that might
something
be
like
hip.
that. Yeah, it's whatever,
Yes.
yeah.
You are at the premier strip club in New York City.
Or one of them in New Jersey.
just anywhere. You at a
Anywhere.
strip club where
You
you
at
expected
work.
niggas to break bread. Like,
And you want people
Your
to
job
pay
is to- yeah.
you. And you got 2 broke nails.
A bad dude, and you not paying attention to niggas.
See, now it's funny. I complain when I at Starlets, right? And I'll move off of this because a lot of y'all, man, y'all don't give a fuck about strippers, strip club. You say, I only fuck with strippers. Yes.
yeah. Pretty much.
That's what happened. Damn, I was about to say. Both sides of the spectrum. 2 broke nails, I'm like, ugh. Like, I can't pay you. You ain't putting no pride into yourself showing up for work. I ain't about to go get single. You sitting here looking like you got an attitude. Y'all ain't said hello to nobody. Y'all skipped just the basic courtesy course.
Word.
So cool, I can't pay you. Install it sometimes, I'll complain because they have a mandate. They don't even let you on the floor without makeup, hair, nails, outfits. You gotta get right to even bartend over here.
Good.
So sometimes you be there and you be like, oh, look at her face all caked. Oh, do makeup. I want to see something natural. But no.
Not happening there. No.
They ain't playing.
Yeah.
They ain't playing.
I felt bougie.
I don't take it as bougie though. Like, I mean, come on. If I'm here to spend some money,
And then
We're spending the kind of money
See,
you're
this
spending.
is my thing. I don't care about your hair. I don't care about your nails. But if you got bad
hello.
hair and bad nails, you supposed to have the best customer service on the planet.
I care about your bar etiquette. Yeah. It is your responsibility to make sure I have a cool time at this bar. Yo, I spilled something at the bar because I'm clumsy. She missed it. I'm sitting there grabbing napkins from behind the bar, cleaning it myself.
all of
I'm
it.
like, wait, what?
Fam, me and a couple of the homies was trying to we were gonna take a shot together, right? So we're like, yo, let me get around the shots. We waving.
Right.
Yo,
That
wave over there.
shouldn't
That bartender
happen.
then maybe.
That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, not at all.
Especially in the bars be little as fuck.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's not some long ass bar. In New Jersey.
And we got money.
In New Jersey,
No.
the bars are little.
Hey, deeper than that. Yes, people are all right and blessed. Deeper than that, Ish is 40 whatever, and I'm 41, and you not at Spring Chicken. Neither is Parks, right? But me and Ish for sure know the lineage of bartenders.
Yeah.
We know from Sue's and 01 to now. We know when you're doing good in the shit, when you might not be doing good. You bitches that be trying to get us.
Yeah.
Like, I wish
They-
I could tell y'all about
They don't
me.
know though.
I want to
You can't
tell
be
them
mad at
about
them.
me,
They
though.
don't know. No, they don't know. They don't know.
They knew. They don't know. They don't even know that. Like, they brand new. Half of them.
They are.
So,
But again-
so even what you speaking on, that shit is
Even
doesn't exist to them.
I went to 3 strip clubs this weekend. I saw a lot of women had the jewelry on this weekend. A lot of jewelry on.
No, like drug dealer jury.
Nigga,
That's what they do.
No,
they are
jewelry,
drug
jewelry.
dealers.
Yeah.
They are the female version of Drug dealers.
But wait, then I said, and I'm there as a customer that wants to spend. Then I said, I can't pay you.
You got more than me?
You was hating?
Not you got more than me. I understand how the circulation of money works in a strip club, and you doing that. I'm going to go give my card to get the money to give it back to that? For you to show up with the big rapper chain on?
They be
You look like you got more money than every customer
on
at your bar. How could somebody pay
$60,000 Cartiers, fam?
Yeah.
And some of them invisible set Cartiers are 75, 80 grand.
I'm looking at you now. You got your jewelry on, and all I can hear is my accountant's voice in my head telling me to fucking put all my money to the 80-year-old trust to my life and whatever that is. And I'm like, yo, does this nigga know 80?
Chill out, Joe. Don't start.
I ain't.
Thank you.
But I'm saying, look at what gotta happen for you to want to live. I gotta push the money back till I'm 90?
Yeah.
He say it like he thought of some genius shit. Oh, watch this move when you're 85.
Roscoe. Last thing I'm worried about at 85 is that $7 million over there.
I love them. I love those guys. I love those guys. All right.
No, they getting it.
And they showing that they getting it.
No, they getting it.
Yeah.
All right. Put it off long enough. I even came in here to the second Drake deep dive. We stayed on the 3 Stacks verse. No, appropriately long. Because that was that type of verse. But, man, yesterday was real. 2 days ago was really, really, really tough. And yesterday was tough. It's all been really tough. These podcasts, for me, are some of the more difficult ones to do. Because I be wanting to grieve just to myself.
Right.
Like, you be wanting that to be sacred. Everything shouldn't be just for a public showing, right? And when you're really grieving and going through it, you can't even pick up your phone because everybody is posting the picture or the video of the person that you love that you lost. For those of you just joining us, we're talking about Michael K. Williams, father, brother, actor, activist, dancer, poet.
Genius.
And that's just the thing, man. I'll tell a story that has nothing to do with nothing. And I'll try to make it come full circle somehow. Right? Actually, I'll turn this back on. It's not one of them type of stories. It's not that important. My mom tells me a story about when I was really, really young, maybe second grade or some shit. And she was around my dad's mom down south, Sumter, South Carolina. She was around my grandma, rest in peace, to Grandma Jimmy, right? And I just got a really good report card. Smoked that shit. She went to my grandma, ranting and raving, just really ecstatic and excited that I had a really good report card. And she said my grandma got real down and almost this saddened look on her face, and my mom couldn't understand why. So she asked her. And my grandma, without trying to quote her, because I don't remember, said something to the effect of, he's pretty bright. All of my sons were really, 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 really bright. And they all excelled in school. And they got bad later. That sign of genius to my grandma, and not genius, but that sign of intelligence that early struck fear in her because of what she went through with my dad and my uncles. And I think later on, my mom grew to understand her point there. And as I continue to live life, I understand it as well. In me understanding it, it gives, you live with like this paranoia, this PTSD, this, like again, Ice, when you sent me the old Chris Brown project, X-Files, the EP, I was real worried about him. I was worried. I came on here and talked about it. Big Sean, when I start to hear certain things that he was saying, I got really worried about him, the person. I carry that with the musicians. Even Drake on the intro, again, yet another intro, he's saying, I'm hurt, I'm alone, I have despair, I'm dark inside. He's saying it. Mm-hmm. Artists say it all the time.
Just seen somebody say
and we miss it. Mm-hmm. So because of this, right, And where I'm going with this is Michael K. Williams was nothing short of genius. And I don't say that because he killed the Omar Little role and he killed the other. I don't say this because of that. I watched The Wire late.
Same.
I didn't watch The Wire when it was out. When did The Wire come out?
02.
02.
Yeah.
Yeah, 02. We looked that up.
Yeah, we deep dived on that one last week.
That was the first season?
Yeah.
So my introduction to Mike wasn't the same as the rest of the world because I missed all of this. But I heard y'all sing his praises, and when I finally caught up, I understood. But I still don't think I had met him when I watched The Wire. I hadn't met him yet. How did I meet Mike? How did I meet Mike? Back to the fucking Monopoly gods. How did I meet Mike? That's how I met Mike. Reverend Ron. Let me tell you how I learned that Michael K. Williams was a genius. Let's start there. And I'm just gonna talk. Y'all could jump in at any point. I'll probably need y'all to help carry me through this.
No doubt.
I probably need y'all, the fans as well, to help carry me through this. This is around, I don't know all those pills. I was on a lot of pills. Dark time. Dark time, those pills. Like Altoid case full of pills. And when I say pills, I mean all of 30, 40, 50. I copped in bulk.
All different types, too.
All different types, all different times. And I needed those, I thought. When I finally got off, my body went through these withdrawals that I did, sweats, it's hard to go to sleep. It was tough, right? And I'm highlighting that this is before the fentanyl takeover. I'm highlighting that because, boy, do I thank God that I was able to do something about it before the fentanyl takeover.
For real.
Because today I can't imagine how dangerous and scary it is. And we just keep hearing it and seeing it. And if you're in this business, you probably keep seeing it to happen to people that we're really, really, really fond of. I was fucked up in 09, somewhere back there. And my mom was going to church. And she did what any mom would try to do. She said, come to church. And I ain't really want to come to church, but the pastor, New Jersey legend, Reverend Ron, rest in peace, he wasn't the typical pastor.
No, he not. Nowhere near.
No.
Oh, yeah, y'all know Ron.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Ron wasn't your typical pastor. And as you heard on the intro, that was him. He kind of spoke for the message and not the messenger. He spoke to the church accepting all sinners. And when he spoke like that, he made me feel right at home. It wasn't the typical gospel, biblical. He was really talking. And he himself had been outside.
Issues, his own issues. Yeah.
And he would tell you.
He'll tell you in a heartbeat. Last time I
down.
saw him, somebody walked behind him. Like that he didn't really know. He's like, yo, bro. I don't really like other men walking behind me, dog. And they said, yo, I've been locked up too much. My state number's blah, 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 blah. So everybody started laughing. Dude walked him behind him again. He was like, yo, bruh, I'm serious. Like, I ain't playing. I don't really like when niggas walk behind me. Like, I'm institutionalized. When people walk behind you, you know, you've been in jail, you be getting tensed up. He's like, bruh, don't do that no more, please. This the preacher, dog. Yo, dog, don't walk behind me. Like, I don't know you. Don't walk. I ain't with that. So, yeah, he'll let you know what his path was or his walk of life was.
And because of that approach and because of that style, he attracted an audience
That was
unlike one I have ever seen in church.
No.
It was dudes in there that looked like me.
Yeah, it was people that I found out, like, in the hood that was going up there to the church.
Street
and I'm
niggas.
like,
No, I know street niggas that was giving them money.
That's what I'm talking
Like,
about.
yeah, like,
and
yo,
I'm like,
you
they
doing
like,
good.
you gotta come with the Christian love. I'm like, wait, you go there too?
Sure
I
enough.
didn't even think you went to church, bro.
Sure enough.
And we laughed before when I talked about the other church, Hillsong, when everybody's cracking jokes. It's kind of like that, but in a white mixed version. Like Reverend Ron shit was the hood, like the hood. Again, like hustlers would be like, yo, I ain't coming in, Rev, but hold that. I like what you're doing. Like, yo, hold that. I like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So again, we in the black community, we doubters, right? Like we full of doubters. Like when you start winning over the jokers, the downtrodden, or the niggas that's on the other side, that speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? Like again, because we so untrusting. Yeah, if that's a word.
That's a word.
That it takes a lot to get through to us. You know what I mean? Like you got to really jump over barbed wire gates to get to us because our neighborhoods are so fucked up, and we look at everybody like, nigga, you up to something.
Right.
So when you could get to the hustlers, you could get to the street niggas, you could get to the niggas that's scamming themselves. You doing something. So rest in peace to him. He was kind of fly. He was a fly dude.
I went to that church. Well, no, my mom went to that church, and she fell in love with Ron. Not romantically, of course. Right. There's idiots out there, I know. She fell in love with him so much that she tried to spread that word to anybody with ears in New Jersey. Yo, church this Sunday? It was like the brunch. It's like the hospital. Yo,
like,
it really was, though.
Niggas was like, yo, 8? What session we at? 8?
Yeah.
9? We have 11:30? Like, it was one of those. And my mom is like a helper. Like, she can't help it. She can't help it. So she's sitting there listening to Reverend Ron every fucking Sunday. And I'm sitting there listening when I would show up. And I guess somehow it dawns on my mom, well, shit, if he's doing all this helping to people and I'm listening to him, well, who's helping him? Valid question.
Great question.
So, of course, they organize, and I see Michael K. Williams at the church. But that don't tell me nothing. Oh, shit. It's the wired dude.
Right.
Omar.
So
it's cool.
Yeah.
Super cool dude. Super cool dude. And he had this scar in his face. And I'm a fan of scars. I think that stories, age, experience come from this. Like when somebody has a scar in their face, I'm glued. Like I may be stared at pictures of Mano a long time just from a scar. Just imagining what that was like in jail or what you went through. Same with Michael K. Williams. He got the scar, so you fixated on it. But yeah, ask where it comes from. No shit like that. And you see this scar, and as you're looking at this scar, you're seeing like this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black skin. Like this man's skin was beautiful. You had to stare. I'm bringing it up because typically you look at people's eyes and their skin. When you see them, you kind of get a they weight. No matter what struggles he may or may not have been going through, his skin always looked beautiful. Maybe his eyes was piercing, but his voice and his words and the things he said. So I just kept seeing Michael K. Williams at church, and then the reverend's going through things, and now some type of way through the grace of God, we have after meetings at church. We have after meetings at church now. And maybe I shouldn't even talk about the after meetings, because that's how private they was. But it was a select, chosen few of us that was dying. Yeah, we was fucked up. And we shared shit in there that we probably don't share nowhere, man. The reverend is talking. You just stood in the church. You just stood to church and heard the reverend save hundreds of people. And then you go in this office and lock the door after it closed, and niggas start getting their demons out. And Ron did it, and I did it, and Mike did it, my mom did it. There's maybe 7 other people there. And then that's what was happening. I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh shit. This guy goes through, he's going through, oh shit, oh no, we understand each other on a deeper level. This ain't just he acting, and this guy's going through some shit. I fell in love. because you relate to struggle. Like, if your struggle can identify with somebody else's struggle, and you see how they're coping with it, and you see how they bodying shit out here. This guy, he was killing shit, but he was in pain. And I seem to have this ability to be able to spot that guy in a fucking crowd. It's heavy. I fell in love with Mike in the meetings, man. And I watched him closely from there. And it wasn't no wire, so I'm a nigga still, so at some point you say, I wonder how niggas is getting money. You know what I mean? You bump into Mike in the church one morning, hey, Mike, what's going on? Yo, I'm heading over to Egypt or wherever the fuck he was going. Mm-hmm. He was traveling.
He was active.
No, he was doing mad shit.
He said, I'm going over there, third world country, niggas, fuck that, they need us, blah, blah, blah. They're suffering, and the story needs to be told, and nobody's doing it. It's kind of like what Anthony Bourdain was doing, but I just want to travel. There's nobody. We have to get to these people. Like, he was passionate about traveling out the country for weeks at a time. He's saying that to somebody that hates touring. I was blown away by that. It never left me. When I left him, I said, that's interesting to know. Interesting to know that he's that passionate about. All right, cool. I ain't paying no mind.
Right.
Then he was doing some shit with Vice. Mm-hmm. And the first thing he did was go to the chop shops in Newark. And he was telling me about it. And I said, Mike, you taking these cameras to the chop shops in Newark to do like this underground, like you doing some underground tape and shit? In my head only, I'm saying, how does he even know the people to maneuver in Newark underground chop shop land? You gotta, it might pop off.
From the hood.
You need your, I'm telling you, I learned. I had to learn.
He from the hood.
I had to learn. See, I'm calling him a genius because it was so many different areas where I learned, oh, he been around. Mm-hmm. He's picked it up from places I didn't know. Yeah. So he's telling me, yo, I'm running around these places. It turned up in one of these spots. Nigga put the hammer out, and my man over here. And I'm listening, and I'm saying, oh, so you did that too? You been out? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll put it to the side. I'll put it to the side. I'll put it to the side. I'm gonna keep coming to church. I go to church. Eric Garner. Bad. That was bad. Church more packed than it's ever been. And Rev Ron got up there and said, I'm going to invite somebody up here to speak. And he gave a beautiful introduction, and it was Michael K. Williams, who's a member of this church. So, but in my head, I'm saying, I don't like that. Don't bring the celebrity to the pulpit to talk because he's a celebrity. That's disgusting. Mm-hmm. Stupid me.
Didn't realize the real reason why he...
What a foolish mistake. Boy, did he go up there and talk from the soul. Mike, not pastor.
That's
Mike.
Not surprised at all.
He went up there and just spoke to hardship and struggle and pain and despair and desperation but being sad and getting through it and light at the tunnel. And it gave a beautiful, beautiful, Eric Garner's sister was there, his family was there, and Mike bodied this speech at a church, the most packed church I've ever been to after like a national high. If you remember when Eric Garner passed up here.
Yeah.
It was like, you remember.
No, shit was different.
And he did it. I couldn't have done it. I was too busy crying. And he left the stage and I said, okay, he killed that.
It's another side of him
different.
that you didn't expect.
This is something else. Mm-hmm. And then when I thought maybe it was only The Wire that he was great in, that he just kept popping up in every movie I loved.
Nah, the other
y'all gonna talk about all the big roles, and I'm gonna say every B and C movie I put on that he was in, he smoked. He ate food. He ate on Law and Order.
Yeah. Now I think we've talked on this podcast about how TV kind of overtook film as like the leading visual medium in the past 10, 15 years. It wasn't that before. It was movies and TV was kind of some bullshit.
It was movies. But with the emergence of Netflix and all those other people.
Netflix, but HBO as well.
No.
You're becoming digital especially.
We just said that.
he was there for a lot of it. You know what I mean?
Boardwalk Empire. He
Boardwalk
was a
Empire,
monster in that
Wire.
show. That shit had a good 6
Lovecraft
seasons.
is new. The Ava DuVernay documentary.
Like, yo, he got busy.
He seemed to just pop up in all of them.
Nah.
And he always was dressed great. I know that means nothing. But for me, I pay attention to stuff
I
like
think it means
this.
something.
It means something to me.
I mean, it's on him probably. You can't get away from the fact that you super duper duper dark skin, right? So it's a stigma on that in society. Then you have a scar literally coming down your whole face. So you're gonna get prejudged as a nigga of the worst kind, probably, right? Mm-hmm. So now I'm gonna stay fly, I'm gonna stay sharp. Because then that'll dispel some of the myth or some of the prejudice that I may get. You get what I'm saying? So again, for us, it ain't nothing. But for him, that might have been one of his things. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like, on a different level. Like, yo, I'm a super duper dark skinned nigga and I got a scar on my face. And
I'm from the hood.
And they don't know that I could quote Shakespeare. Like, fam, he was in some Shakespearean shit. Like, they don't know I could quote Shakespeare. So I'm going to stay super duper fly. I'm going to stay wearing the European shit so you stupid motherfuckers don't have to prejudge me. I can't be out here with the black hoodie on or I might get Trayvon.
I'm going to tell you, I've only met dude once, and that was when you moved into your current place. That same day he had came over there. That was the first thing I said to myself. I'm like, damn, this dude's dressed fly.
Looking and smelling great.
I thought, just because I knew his background, so I'm like, this is a hood nigga.
Yeah.
Exact opposite when he walked in the crib. I was like,
would tell you the cologne and where he got the clothes from.
No,
he would tell you.
Yeah, man, go over here. Even when I was looking for a place,
I remember he was telling
He
you
was
about
like,
yo, you need to come over here to Brooklyn. Over here, this is where it's at.
He said,
right here,
Brooklyn.
this street here.
Yo, you come here.
Come right here.
I'm like, Mike, can I come to Brooklyn? Can I move to Brooklyn? Yeah.
And they got some shit.
Yeah,
over
you
there.
can.
Yeah.
This bill, I was sitting, he would tell them the building, yo, no, you got to come right here, this area, this
I'm
is where
shocked
it's
that
at.
that's the first time you met him. Like, as someone who moved to New York later in life, 2007, I think I moved here. And I probably didn't watch The Wire till 2007, 2008. But then when I started being on the scene, playing little shows at dive bars across New York, it would be, oh shit, there's Weebay. Oh shit, there's Matt. Or I forgot what Mac's character was. Oh shit, that's fucking Omar.
Yeah.
Like, you would see him out.
I'd be out.
Well, that's the other part. If you just happen to be taking a stroll shopping, you bump into Mike.
Nah, he used to get his hair cut with me, so I've
The barbershop, the club.
chopped up one punch.
Like he was out.
He was out.
He was out. So you started to wonder, like, damn, how could? And I love the outpouring of love that. I mean, I didn't like it on the day that I learned he passed, because boy, that was painful to watch all of these pictures. It's painful and it's a joy though, because I feel joy in knowing that y'all were just as touched by this person as I was. Like his whole life was just spent in service of. And boy, is it eerie to me that he did the fucking DMX tribute and smoked it.
Yeah.
He smoked it. Because before he smoked it, he kind of gave me X vibes a little bit.
Fam, you know what's eerie? This the third person we talked about, or third thing we've talked about, and then shortly thereafter they passed away. And people and the fans is like, yo, y'all just talked about The Wire in depth last week.
Well, in our defense, we talk about greatness a lot.
We do. No. I'm just saying we do. So that, you know what I mean? Like that shit
We
just,
celebrate greatness here. So,
like, yo.
Now, what was eerie to me, and I mean, I don't want to say eerie, because I think we all, when there's a big loss like this, a lot of people tend to look at their own mortality. That post that he put up.
about Kobe?
Yeah.
That one, like, oh, I ain't see it.
Saying about once we lost Kobe is when he looked at his mortality, realized how precious life is. He's like, yo, just take in a sunset, and you'll see how that last 30 seconds, how fast it goes. And that might be your last sunset. Like, it was just so much in there.
I've been thinking about my own mortality lately. I don't know if it's the recent death of my first love and first heartbreak, or watching my hero, my rock, my mom get older every day, knowing that at 93, her time won't be as long as it's been, maybe all of the above. It all has me wondering, how will I go? Will I die alone? How will I be remembered, and what will be my legacy? I may not have known every nook and cranny of Kobe's career, but the two things I did learn from watching him is that we are not what we do for a living, and that focus, hard work, and dedication are the seeds of success. Most importantly, his untimely passing has reminded me of how fragile life is. I believe I read somewhere in a Chinese proverb, whenever you have the chance to watch the sunset, take it. It might be your last. I do this because it reminds me how fast time goes. If you don't believe me, just watch the last 60 seconds of one. I'm tired of wasting time worrying about what people think of me, self-doubt, and fear. I'd rather trade all that in for purpose-driven life. Because from where I sat in the bleachers, that's exactly what it looked like he had. Kobe.
Yeah, that's dope.
And his last post, period.
Yeah, Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan. I understand why people say that that's eerie. But I think those thoughts are common for people that come from that path. Like, it's dark. It's dark. You think about that a lot. Anytime I ever try to have the conversation, people stop me. But I often wonder what people's thoughts are when they, in their last moments. It's important, because how you live is how you go.
Yeah.
But listen, back to Mike. Back to the genius of Mike. I fuck around one day, happened to just go to the Robert Tree Hotel in Newark. They was doing a fashion show. If you was from Jersey City, you know when they do the fashion show in Newark, you got to slide through, throw something on. Slid through something on. There's a few of them in there. I sat down, had a little pineapple juice, was doing my fucking thug thizzle in there, huh? And who comes strolling out the catwalk? You fucking guessed it, Michael K. Williams. Wait a minute, man. You in a fashion show? Like, hell yeah, wait here? Wait, you walking? You walking like that? Wait, you got that shit on? It was like, oh shit, you great here too. And then you bump into him maybe at a party, and you just see.
He was a dancer, right? He used to get busy.
Dancer, choreographer.
Dancer.
You could tell. Somebody, a young lady, you know a young lady. Young lady, one time I was in Melody, I was trying to learn. I didn't know how to dance. She was a dancer. I think she did the By Law video too. She did do the By Law video. And she was trying to teach me how to dance. And I said, listen, I have no rhythm. I have 2 left feet. This ain't gonna work. And she said to me, the key to dancing, Joe, is to not think. All you gotta do is let your body free flow and feel and use no brain power, and I promise you could dance. That never left me, because I can never do it. But then when I watch Mike dance, and when I watch all of y'all post these videos of Mike dancing, and when I kind of know about some of the struggles in the darkness, I understand the smile, and I understand this movement, and I understand the freedom, and I understand the interviews where he's saying, yo, don't ask me how I prepared for this role. You wouldn't get it. That's none of your business. A lot in my career, I was blown away at how I could get in a booth and share some of my darkest shit with the universe. But no, you niggas better not talk to me about it in person. Like, that always kind of bothered me a little bit. Like, how can I, that's weird. Like, how can I do that? But watching Mike dance, look at this man dance. It's just back to, what does music do for you? What does culture or the elements of it do for you? And then I fucked around and went to LA on a threesome mission. I had it lined. Shorty was there with her manager, who was fine. You couldn't tell me I wasn't about to kill shit. They was super fine. It was 11 a.m. in LA. I said, hey, baby, let's hit the roof. Bathing suits on, ordering food, sandwiches. Yo, Shorty, she ordered her chicken wrap. I knew I was about to fuck. When they order a little wrap, that mean they want some nutrients. They want some nutrients before the dick. So they want some health, right? So she ordered a chicken wrap. And I think it's on. So I got my Bose speaker with me, like a fucker. You know, I traveled with it thinking I was a little horny ass nigga. Sit down. Brought your Bose speaker to the pool. They playing music and you playing music. Y'all battling. But I did it. I brought my Bose speaker and I was in the middle of the greatest R&B set in the world. And I heard that I was facing the skyline in L.A. Feet up with two beautiful women. I heard the door slam behind me. Boom, boom. I turn around. It's fucking Mike. It's Michael K. Williams. He was with beautiful women and beautiful men.
So he brought the whole party.
He shut me down. I had the pool to myself up there at 11 a.m. But now he brought the niggas and the women. And he was dressed to had some flies. I had on the dirty tank top up there. And he said, hey, Joe. He gave me the L.A. Joe. Like, hey, Mike, I was trying to keep it easy. He seemed like he was with his work people preparing for a role and shit. He was introducing me to them. He was introducing me to his work actor.
Fam, did you get the threesome?
Yo, hey, why you can't relax your hormones? It's not even about that. That was just like a little extra. No, I didn't get the threesome because fucking Michael K. Williams came. So Michael K. Williams came, but let me give it to you. Long story longer. I'm in the middle of the greatest R&B set ever. It might have been Brian McKnight up there. I'm getting it. So they're like, all right, Joe, I see where you're going. We're taking the culture with this. All right, whatever. And Mike, we was talking and shit. He introduced me to a couple of like big wigs from the movies. I'm like, nigga, I don't care what this is. Yeah, it was good. It's cool. It's cool, right? And then he said after he introduced me, he said, hey, dog. Turn that shit off. Is that your speaker? I'm telling this story because I'm black. And yes, it's my speaker. And I'm getting the threesome popping. Mike. Yes. And he said, can I see it for a second? And I looked over at my area. They wasn't vibing like he had it lit. So you know what, here, man. I gave it to him. I gave him my speaker. I know that sound like nothing to y'all, but I loved them enough to say, you know what? I'll fuck them later. And I gave him the speaker, and he put his phone out, and he had the DJ app on his phone. On his phone. And he started scratching. I'm not lying. I know I lie a lot. So now we on the rooftop of my low hotel that you're not even supposed to be at. Now my chick's jamming to your shit. You over there in a cabana on the phone talking about chicka chicka chicka. Yo, he killing shit better than I do on this thing. And I looked and I said what they be saying to me. I said, hey, yo, man, what's that app you using? He said, there's a little something called DJ. Just looked at my shit. It's like, I use that too, man.
I don't use it like that.
I don't use it like him. But I said to myself, of course, Michael K. Williams.
He would be the great nigga.
DJ.
He would be the one.
So then he stood up. All his party was laughing. And he scratched in something. He said, okay, am I doing? Oh, I ain't doing this right because I can't scratch. Hey, he said he did something like this, one of them shits, and he said he did this. This is on a pool party. I mean, it's at a pool rooftop. He played this fucking shit, and I looked over. Wait a minute, yo, who?
Yo, what's that?
Yo, it's like my manhood is gone, dog. Yo, you a musician. This nigga, he's scratching. He got your app. He took your girls. This is his
With
pool. And now he playing some shit, and your dusty ass is like, yo, man, what's that tune?
You ain't had a Shazam on you?
Nah, there wasn't no Shazam. There wasn't no Shazam, nigga. And he said, yeah, this is my man. This is Jordan Banks. Oh, I fuck it up. Gordon Banks, he be correcting me all the time. It's Gordon Banks, new jam, it was out, blah, blah, blah. And then he got up and he started dancing at the pool party. Man, cut this shit off, I'll get mad. And he started doing all these moves that I couldn't do with my body. And I'm like, yo, he can do this too. All right, so it's a great actor. He's a great activist. He's passionate about this shit. He's into hip hop. You know all the rappers. We all love him. He fucking writes poems. You can choreograph some shit. And now you're a DJ too? And a dancer? Like, what can't this man do? Is how I felt about Michael K. Williams. I fell so in love with him that it was so selfish. It's selfish of us. It's selfish of us. While I'm going through it, I always wanted to see him because he made me feel better. That's what he did to everybody. And I'm seeing that in y'all pictures y'all posting. The directors, Ava DuVernay, loved what you said. Quest, love you. Always say the right shit, man. You piss me off. Like, you just always do it right. All the love that y'all showed, I'm like, oh, man, this guy has just been impactful everywhere. Everywhere. And then I never got the Brooklyn crib. I got my own crib. And I needed a chef. And my mom said, I know a chef. And I called the chef, and I got a chef, and the chef came over, and by the grace of the Monopoly gods, it just happened to be Michael K. Williams' son.
That's
Great.
his son?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I saw.
Well, you know it now.
No, I'm
right?
saying I follow
That's all
Chef,
you get.
and he kept posting mad shit, but I didn't know that was his son.
That's his son.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Me neither. So as I'm eating these meals, you know, black people share over some food. So he's cooking, and he's starting to share some of his struggles and some things that he battles with. And for me, fam, you here to cook. Like, this ain't that. But some of what he was saying was piercing me in my soul. And then I learned who he was. And then I said, oh, I finally got you. I got you, Mike. I found the area that you may not be. I found the imperfection. And it hit me because I went through that with my first son. You know, you out, you running around, man. We ripping and we running. And we might not show up as the best of that, right? That dad, maybe. And I'm thinking, damn, man, this guy has been this brilliant while going through this. This is a different struggle here. And after I learned that, I went on to see interviews from Michael K. Williams where he speaks on exactly that. Transparently, candidly, freely. Yo, there was some dark times where I didn't show up and I wasn't the best and I had to learn for it. I had to make some decisions. I had to get myself right. And then I was there to eat with this chef and see it maybe get a little better from far without knowing. Right? It humanized Mike for me because I just always saw him as this just amazing genius who just spread love and light everywhere and was just full of talent and maybe used the creative shit as an escape like most of us do, but it made the genius even more genius. Like, the thing about genius, and we use that word loosely a lot, right? Like, the viewing public, y'all just get to see the work. Y'all don't get to see the work to the work.
Yeah, they see the finished product.
Y'all see the result.
Yeah, you see the result. You don't see the work.
Ava DuVernay said that shit. She spoke about him coming to set when it wasn't his day, just to make the actors and the actresses feel better, just to learn, just to see. And even in speaking to him about movies, you know, like some niggas will talk to me about rap and they'll be like, yo, I don't hear it like you. Like, it's different. Me talking to him about movies was like that. Like, oh, I didn't,
Never
you
thought about
dissecting that, like, oh, the actor here, and he took this movie, Road Wine, and it did this, and he turned this down. It was like, you know the meme where dude is in the front of the chalkboard? Yeah. He did that with movies. And his son did it with movies too. And it just made me appreciate him even more. Like, because I went through that. So if you went through any of this, any of it that you know he went through, to see him always smile, always have a smile to light up the fucking room. I'm not telling y'all about Magic Johnson, who won a chip in college, who won a chip as a rookie, who fucking had the endorsement, who had the smile, who every time you see him was just smiling, and the white people love to smile. Oh my God, Magic Johnson, a black guy that's smiling. No, nigga. No. Mike is smiling. A nigga from our hood. A nigga that went through some of what we went through. A nigga that didn't win the chip. A nigga that had the same struggles and hardships and demons. Man, it'd be tough for me to read what you white-owned publications post when one of our black kings go. Boy, it hurts me. It hurts me. I read that fucking post in the Post, and I have boycotted the Post because the Post is the Post. Fuck the Post.
Always.
But you read it. Because, boy, they rushed to the story, rushed right out. Don't tell me about nothing you found on Michael K. Williams' table, nigga. While he gone? Don't work like that. You don't tell me his truths. America, you tell me yours. You don't tell me about how he ended up here, how we ended up here, how it got to be like that. It's never the why. It's always this. No, that was none of my business. That was none of y'all business. How our great, amazing, genius performers go about the art of entertaining us is none of our business until it is. And Mike was really, really loved. A lot of us loved him. We had a lot of friends. A lot of people know, but you don't know. You don't know. How do you know? You don't know. Black men is running around coping.
Yeah. Literally maintaining.
Yeah.
And some white men too.
Nah, I get it.
But men are coping and burying. I'm highlighting that meeting that we stayed after church to kick it with because it was a place that you don't kick it like that. You don't share the things that were shared there. And I was so sick, I used to run in the bathroom and pop my pills and then come back out to hear the fucking meeting. So imagine my heart and soul and spirit when you get the phone call in the morning to say, hey man, Reverend Ron was found in his office. They saying pills. They saying, I don't know. Boy, that hurts. Imagine reading the Post and Michael K. Williams, hey, this is what we found. It hurts, but it hurts if y'all never say that, the Post. And that's the part y'all don't know. Y'all don't have to tell us because we know what the statistics say about those of us that struggle in these areas. We don't really win. We lose. The fuck is y'all telling us about what you found in the confines of somebody's personal home? Y'all are fucking disgusting. But you know that already because I'm the millionth person to tell you. Y'all not even my focus right now, so I'm off of that. I'm just saying, when I learned about his death, I went to his son's page just to check the temp. And I left in a millisecond. I couldn't stay there. He was losing it.
Sure.
And he said, yo, I just stepped off a plane and opened my phone and saw this. That be my issue with how things are reported and published because
They don't realize these are people.
Nah, they don't.
it's humanity still.
They do not realize
it's
that.
humanity still.
But the reporters should.
Fam, they do not
Should,
look
that's the
at this
word.
as people.
Because they not
You're just
far
a
They look
along.
at it as a story.
You're just a story.
No.
I mean, we go back to when Kobe passed.
I think
all
what
the
happens is-
all the false information. Rick Fox Peoples was sitting there saying, "Yo, oh shit,
The ambulance people came and took pics of a dead Kobe.
yeah."
So
Like,
we
this
know
is
what they
just-
should do. But they don't do
They're
that.
not doing that. It's who can get to it first.
Nah, I think what happens in society is they separate celebrity from human.
Definitely.
Like,
So I said they don't look at you as
nigga,
people.
we was together when Kobe passed. And even us, I'm like, man, them niggas, in my head, bro, I couldn't grasp it, right? I'm like, them niggas gonna find Kobe in the desert with a broke leg somewhere. No
almost-
bullshit.
I
Like,
almost crashed.
Nigga, this
Real
is
talk.
Kobe. Nigga,
said that.
yeah, like, yo, that nigga gonna be over. Like, they gonna catch this nigga carrying Gigi on his back. She gonna have a couple scratches. This nigga leg gonna be broke. Like, this is Kobe, my nigga. Kobe don't walk off. He walk off the court. He don't get carried.
Yeah, we
off
was
the-
having that talk
we was
there in the middle of the Monopoly
in
game.
the middle of like, we ain't believing that. This Kobe.
And then the news kept, well,
It
TMZ
just kept
posted
going.
it.
It
Like,
kept going.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, well, they normally be right, but that's Kobe.
Like
Well,
literally, like they gonna find him in the bushes somewhere, like in the tree. So I think what happens with society, because they get the quote unquote regular people versus celebrity,
Right.
they don't look at you in a humanistic light.
At all.
You're not.
You get what I'm saying?
You're
So
not looked
I
at as
think-
a person.
Yeah, I think that's what happens. I think like we forget that these people got kids. You forget that these people got parents. You forget that these people got siblings, right? So if a cop gets killed, you embrace their family. A celebrity get killed, people forget that they humans. And you'll write anything. Like, dog, it could be 50-50 on whether it's true. Y'all still write it. And once you put it out, you can't take it back. It could be 100% false. You can't take it back. Like they forget the humanistic point of the celebrities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's horrible.
I agree.
Yeah, I had to leave his son's page. I would only have to imagine. What that's like. And even when I try to imagine, it hurts too much. Like, I'm blessed to still have both my parents. Mm-hmm. He lost his mom and his dad in a year.
Oh, yeah, he did. You're right. Because I remember he was posting about his mom's, too. You're right.
I know a lot of us are grieving, man. We are grieving, and we mourning a really, 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 really special brother. Part of some of the, responsible for some of the greatest characters in TV history, but an even greater character himself. Class act, class personified, just genius and work and preparation and just meticulous and just loved it all. And just loved all of this shit. That one hurt. They all hurt. But this one hit me a little differently. Mike, we love you. To your children, your fans, your family, I'm praying for y'all. I'm praying for y'all. We all suffer. We all have suffered great loss with this one. And we'll miss him. All of this hurts. Yeah. I hope he's in a better place. I hope he's happy. I hope he's at peace. And I pray for the same for all of us that love him, that had a really difficult Monday. And some people close to him that had a tough Saturday and Sunday. Mm-hmm. Think about them wellness checks. A wellness check is because somebody wants to know if you're well. Mm-hmm. I was talking to my mom because I had to check on her. And make sure she was all right before going to bed. When I found out, I wasn't calling her to tell her. I thought I had the news early. I thought I was protecting her. And then she called me. But I called her the night before to check on her, and we started talking about wellness checks and what it means. And I'm like, yo, if I don't show up to my podcast on Tuesday and no one hears from me on Tuesday, I anticipate there'd be a wellness check, right? Because that's the regular run.
It's out of schedule.
Yeah,
it's out of the norm. Yeah.
So my mom gets to talking, and she's like, well, when I'm in that headspace, I think to leave my door unlocked. And I said, well, why?
Just in case.
And she said, just in case somebody has to get in here. The fire department, the police, you. And I laughed. I had a good laugh. Boy, did I get a good laugh. She didn't understand why I was laughing, but I said, Ma, if me or my brother thought that you weren't well.
That door is the last thing on her mind.
Whether the door is locked or unlocked means nothing.
Open.
Bless my mother's soul. I said, Ma, you know how many doors I've kicked down?
We can get in the door.
No, she said, don't tell her. Don't tell her. Fam, that door is coming down in a second. I get in probably faster than if I try to just pull the doorknob.
Good point.
Right.
But I didn't even want to put myself in that headspace. Even that thought was scary, man. Listen, if you have your parents, if you have a parent, just hug them, love them, check on them. Shit is rough, and it ain't getting easier. It ain't getting easier out here. If you are out there dealing with demons, darkness, devils, depression, and despair, I love you. You're not alone. And we need you here. I've heard Mike say it a bunch. If you don't have hope, what are you here for? Hopefully, I don't know what to say. I don't have the words. I didn't even know I was going to come in here and pod today, honestly.
I told you.
I didn't know
I checked on you,
Man.
and I didn't really. I was even that. I was like skeptical. Like
everybody
I don't want to. You know what I mean? I would have understood.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I would have understood.
I thought the tweet in the moment, yo, dog, cancel. But I didn't want to. Let me let it sit. Let me let it marinate. That's just the tough part about having ain't no words. There are no words that could describe how I feel about this man. Like, if he touched you, and that's it. And that's all we have. That's what we leave here with. How many people did we touch? How many people did we affect? How much change did we do? And Mike, you did it. You did that. If you did it for no one else, which could not be true, you certainly did it for me. And for that, I'll love you forever, man.
Want to send a rest in peace out as well to stand-up comic Fuquan Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
As well as the
man.
3 others that,
Fool.
From my hood too.
Over the weekend.
Fool.
Yeah, he from my hood.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That one fucking hurt too, man.
I don't like to harp on it. That was fentanyl rumored.
Yes.
Yes, what they're
Please,
saying.
I've lost people to fentanyl. If you do drugs, please test them. I still have friends that do drugs for fun.
And you keep saying it too. Every single time you say
I'm
it.
terrified.
You say it every single time.
I saw something on the timeline where they were saying where they give out fentanyl tests. Like, they give out free fentanyl tests, and if it's not free, it costs $1. You can get them from somewhere. We should look that up and give it out.
It's funny you say that. I was looking, because I seen you could buy the ones in bulk on Amazon, and I was like, I just want to buy a bunch of them, but I don't know what to do once we get them. But I did see that. Like, it came with the instructions on how to, test, whether, because they're putting it in everything.
So, yeah, I've had to yell at friends and family members recently at the wedding. Like, please, I'm not going to say don't do drugs, because I would be a hypocrite. I would be a terrible person for saying that. But just please test it. Be safe,
because
please.
Today, it's in everything.
They're throwing that shit in whatever.
Well, when you say use responsibly, today responsibly just means a little more. It means more than just, hey, don't drive. Or
now it could be literally
make sure they're not poisoning your fucking Coke or whatever.
And that's
the
the other
thing
thing I would like for them to stop doing too. When they find out it's fentanyl related, stop saying overdose. That's not an OD. That's poisoned.
Yeah, agreed.
Because I didn't buy fentanyl.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Shit.
I did not get fentanyl. I didn't go to get fentanyl.
I never liked the use of overdose.
That's not an overdose.
Right, but
I never even thought about
period. I hate the term overdose because you can't ask the person, hey, did you take more than you normally take?
True.
Like, fool. When I read what happened, reading it sounds like a great night in L.A.
Yeah.
Right.
I went to the comedy club. I tore shit down. I went back with the homies, went in the bathroom. It was the kickback. He probably did that a million times. Yeah. So don't call it an overdose. Well, they call it an overdose because it was fatal. But for that person, you don't know they was just in their normal bag.
Right.
Maybe I normally do cocaine. I don't do fentanyl in cocaine. You get what I'm saying? That was poisoned.
I don't even understand why they put fentanyl in cocaine because they're two different. It's like a speedball and it's like doing heroin and cocaine at the same time. It's an opiate and the upper. That's like it.
Nobody in Jersey City could get fentanyl.
Why is that?
Because we don't have the power to just go somewhere and purchase fentanyl in bulk and step on the drugs that way.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you mean in a mass quantity?
Where is all coming from? And why ain't it important?
Yeah.
Because what's happening is people can't get cut. Cut for the heroin is expensive.
And what happened is they're trying to kill us.
Fentanyl cheap.
I'm kind of with Joe.
That's what they're trying to do.
I'm kind of with Joe because when I saw where it's coming from.
Who was us when they put the drugs where they put it? Who was it intended for?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying. That's why I was asking who's us, because mad people dropping dead from that shit. And it ain't no racial thing. Because when you go to South Jersey,
where's a lot of it coming from?
When you go to South Jersey, fam, them white people was falling over like Tic Tacs.
I just read.
And why you think
there's been 90,000 this year?
Why you think all the governors and all of them now are saying, "Yo, it's a sickness. It's a sickness. It's a sickness." They calling it a sickness
it's
now.
It's not a sickness. Ice is right. It's a poisoning.
No. What I'm saying is they talking about drug addiction.
The whole
is a sickness.
drug addiction is
now
now
a sickness
because
it's spilled outside of
the white people are falling over
what you
from
mean.
it, right?
Yeah.
Like the governor's kids and the executives' kids and all of these kids are falling off because of the heroin down South Jersey is crazy.
Yeah.
When black people was on crack, all these crackhead motherfuckers, they criminals, they crooks, they this, they this, they this. Fuck them all,
right.
Lock them away, don't never let the key out, right?
Right.
Now that the white people are falling over, the white people are addicted.
White
the white
people love
are
them some cocaine and heroin.
Heroin, bro. Again,
Both.
they lacing the dope.
They lacing both.
They lacing both.
crazy.
Everything. They're lacing pills.
They're lacing the weed.
Yeah, the weed. They're lacing everything.
What are they called? K9?
Yes.
What is it?
Yes.
K2?
K2.
K2.
But again,
But yes, they're lacing everything
the
with
heroin primarily. Like
They sprinkling that damn fentanyl on shit. Like
I ain't heard a K2.
Like
I ain't
hot
heard a
sauce.
K2 report out the suburbs yet.
Outside of the suburbs? Or you mean
From the suburbs.
Oh, I don't know.
I just
I
keep
don't really
hearing
get it.
Brooklyn. I keep hearing the Bronx.
I don't be knowing that much about the K2.
I don't hear too much about Westchester, wherever the other places are. I ain't gonna speak too much on all that because I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just telling you thoughts. I wish that there was aggression in trying to get fentanyl off the streets.
Listen.
Because it's killing my dogs.
I'm agreeing with Joe when I say this is planned attack at this point because most of that fentanyl, where it traces back to, is the same place the virus traces back to. I don't think that's a coincidence. That's just me speaking. I do not think that's a coincidence.
But when you say, like, use your drugs responsibly, right? Like, and what that means today. Today, that means you can't even pass your drugs to the next person. Like,
no.
it ain't cipher time.
Nobody else shit. Nah.
No,
I'm
you
just
don't know
saying-
what that is. You can't. No.
Use
Yo,
responsibly means
Even
a
back
lot.
in the day, dog, like you one of my niggas, rest in peace, matter of fact, he passed away from COVID. But he had smoked some bad weed one time. It fucked the central nervous system up. He wasn't ever the same.
Fam, we all watch Friday.
Yes.
We
But
all watch Friday. But they made a joke out of it.
Different,
But that
yeah.
was really happening, though.
Yeah.
You know,
Fuck
on the
him up.
skit, Cam said, yo, this ain't purple neither, Tito. I'm not smoking this. Like,
That was my first time doing Angel Dust. Thinking it was weed.
shit, we all saw the
in
rest in
cipher.
peace. We saw the X story.
Yeah.
Oh, that too. That too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, like, you use responsibly today means something totally different.
Nah, you're right.
Test your shit. Get the strips. Like,
Test your
that's the
shit
only-
and
But
keep.
that's not part of drug. Like, people
I know.
get drugs at the
I know.
bars. Someone's got, you know what I mean? Here, you want to do it? You know what I mean?
But that's
You
what's
party like the
happening,
party?
though. Luck, you know, people have been lucky throughout the years because even that,
I didn't
ain't none
know.
of us chemists.
I didn't know the
Right.
quantity was
You
that
don't know
small.
what you don't know what's in what you're getting.
And I'm not even
then,
sure if
never
you
knew.
test it right. Like, you might just not hit the little spot of fentanyl. You know what I'm
Again,
saying?
I didn't
Like,
know it was that little.
That
small,
little bit is
small
lethal.
dosage. It's lethal.
Yo, please be safe and be careful. I'm telling that to the people in and of this culture because that's where it's at. That's where it's at.
It's not, Joe.
It's what we do.
That's the thing though. This shit
We
is
self-medicate.
everywhere. I'm telling you. There's been 90,000 fentanyl related deaths this year alone. Like, it ain't just hitting this culture. This is something else. And like I said, I add that with the other thing. This seems to be a little targeted to this country.
Mike, I love you, man. I'm off it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, I love you. Everybody out there, please be careful. Please be safe. And please just try to make it to tomorrow, even if you may not have the energy to today. All right, I don't have nowhere to take y'all next.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm cool. We can go home. Love, light, peace. We can play sleepers. Unless y'all got something.
Nah, that's cool.
Man, we good.
This was good.
This was necessary. We good.
Anything breaking we need to get to? The NFL. Boy, y'all NFLing. We can talk about it later. It's not important right now. They don't want the teams to do nothing with the NFTs until they regulate it somehow.
No, until we figure out how we can capitalize off it.
It was like
Fuck,
money off you.
Cash
it ain't regulation. It's
Well,
Y'all not about to get this money without us.
slaveration. Slaveration. You motherfuckers ain't gonna get this money without us, nigga.
congratulations to Cardi and Offset.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
She had her baby.
Little boy.
He was there on a little side bed like a stand-up dude. That's right.
He was in the side.
That little
bed.
side bed.
Hey man, that side
Damn.
bed, I got the best sleep ever. That shorty was hot.
Sen was mad too.
You went to sleep? Fuck you thought I was going to?
The nurse just said we had 17 hours until. Yeah, I'm going.
Yo, when it's time, shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, she said you was dubilating or dilating. She said another day.
Doodle-lating. Shut your dumb.
Half sleep. She coming over to me like she
said you was doodle-lating.
Nurse was coming over to me like I was responsible, like telling me. I heard she's dubilating. Like, fam, I don't. Just let me know when Lex is here.
That's how I felt. Like, man, look, is it time yet? No? All right, cool. Give me that cover.
You watched the Ice?
Huh?
You watched
Watch what?
Childbirth?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Right there.
Really?
Did your kids
Cut the cord, the whole shit.
Did your kids'
Oh,
head,
shit.
head get stuck on the cord?
No.
Did your kid's head get stuck in her?
No. He popped right out. 3 pushes. 7 minutes of hard labor.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that girl is so cool, man.
Yeah. It made me look at Shorty totally different. I'm like, you got it? whatever the argument is from here on out, you right.
Because once you see that, you know your dick is inferior to everything.
Nah.
Oh, here comes.
No. I thought a little different. I ain't gonna lie. Challenge accepted. I'm gonna make you feel it again.
I never fucked her again.
Oh, you bugging. We was on the clock. Like, yo, how many weeks they said? What they said? 6, right?
We was well on our way to fucking doomsday.
Buddy. We was on a countdown. Yo, you good? You good down there? Yeah, what's up?
You on TV. We're not fucking. I'm like, oh, you don't want to tell them the rest of Let's fuck that. Edit it all. Edit. Oh, man. I hope everybody, man. Whatever. Y'all got sleepers?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Let me get the cord.
Oh, I got you, buddy. Here's a little cord for you.
Yo, 42 Dog dead.
Nothing. Oh. Yeah, we didn't even talk about. Oh, y'all ain't watching Made in America. Never mind.
Do you have something you want to tell us about?
No, it was a dope show. I have a newfound appreciation for Roddy Ricch.
He was
I
home.
did not know he was that ill.
He was home too, right?
No, he's from Compton.
Oh, damn. Well, I thought he was from Philly.
But he smoked
not
that.
to talk about.
Right, shut your dumb ass up.
Where Kodak from?
Florida.
I'm about to say, you can't guess that wrong. That one you can't guess.
Why can't you?
Now, Kodak? Have you seen him? That's Florida.
Heard him?
That's Florida.
I'm out.
New Joe Budden.